Welcome to the 238th episode of the So Video Games podcast, where we talk about any game at all, including new stuff, old stuff, and anything in between. If we are playing it, we'll be talking about it. Today we are recording on June 23rd, 2021. My name is Brad Galloway. I am the editor of GameCritics.com, and 50% of this here show. With me is the man who I guarantee is not nearly as frustrated and irritated as I am, Carlos Rodella.
What? Now I'm curious. I don't think I am, but now why?
I guarantee you're not, and we are about to talk about it as soon as we get into the next segment, sir.
Okay, yeah. Today's episode is called Something About Housekeeping. We haven't really come up with the actual title at the time of this recording, but we have a lot of housekeeping, and I'm guessing some of the housekeeping is a frustration point for you.
Super frustrating.
Nice.
So
let's get into it.
Let's just get into it. Let's do housekeeping. As everybody knows, you and I share living arrangements. We split a house with a roll of duct tape right down the middle of it. My side is usually pretty empty, maybe like one or two things, but today it's piled high. How is your side, sir?
Ooh, mine's pretty high.
Oh,
that means
shit.
It's a full house at this
Full
point.
messy house today. All right. I don't know how you want to do this. How about you do one, I'll do one, and just back and forth till we run out of shit.
Yeah, okay. That's
All right,
we got to clean this house.
Let's do it. Kick it off, man.
Well, here's a positive one I'll start with. How about that? Because we know some
Okay.
weird, potentially negative stuff's coming. I got my Cosmic Red controller today.
Cosmic Red, is this the PS5 controller?
Yes, and it was like
okay.
I just like went to Sony's website of all places because that was like I guess how you could pre-order it or something. And like Sony sent it to me, you know, like it's not Amazon. It was just like Sony sent me the controller. Yeah, direct. Right. And they were really good about emails. They're like, you should be getting it in a few days. You got it today. Check your mailbox. So it's just as good as I thought it would be. The buttons are so awesome because they're clear. And I know I just saw, we'll talk about this later, but the Xbox Direct Extended, we're talking about how you can make your own controllers for Xbox.
Which I'm in the middle of doing right now.
Right. We can talk about that too. And I'm going to do that as well. But, you know, it's just really fun to have something new for my PlayStation as well. So, yeah, we talked about it in this podcast. I said as soon as I saw it, it was mine. And I made it a reality. And now I'm going to play my first game with it tonight.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, new controllers can be a fun thing if you got the money and if you spend a lot of time on games like I'm sure we both do. So,
Yes.
I'm probably going to stick with the stock controllers for the PS5 because I'm just not really playing it that much just for the exclusives. But I am putting a ton of time into the Xbox X, and I was really stoked to see the Xbox Design Lab come back. So I have like a little prototype on the store. I haven't finished my colors, but I'm looking at putting something, kind of fancy together, maybe getting a little inscription on the front. And I think the wife and the son each want to get their own as well. So we're going to save up a couple bucks, and whole family's going to be rocking some personalized controllers. So that's pretty exciting. Controllers are fun.
That is fun. And we'll talk about another piece of housekeeping that has to do with that. But I will talk about that for a second because I'm making one. I mean, I think I already made it. It's saved for later. You know, you can do that, save them.
Yes.
And I'm just like waiting for like a paycheck to come through, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy it. But it is an a lot of things controller. So my brand,
okay.
My brand has a lot of things, and I use a lot of the same colors, which is like this purple, pink, like light blue, and it all has that kind of aesthetic. So all my thumbnails and my backgrounds and stuff like that. So, and even my new show has like space and purple and stuff. So I made as close as I could get to that style, and then I put a lot of things as the tag in the front of it.
Excellent. That is really cool. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that. I love seeing everybody's controllers because everybody comes up with something slightly different, and they all have a story behind them, which I think is the neatest thing, right? Like most of them are like, oh, this looks like you said, it's like my show, or this reminds me of my dog, or this like looks like my grandma's favorite meatloaf or something. Like everybody's got a story behind them, so I think it's really interesting.
I was with you until the meatloaf part. I don't know anybody who would want to do that, but more power to you if you want to make a meatloaf controller.
You never know, man.
You never know. Speaking of the Xbox Showcase Extended, which we've alluded to 2 times now, I watched that and it was great. Of course, you worked on it for the sign language. And one of the coolest things that came out of it that already like made the cycles through the internet, which was Paris getting to host it. And if you don't know, Paris is at Vicious696 on Twitter and has his own YouTube channel and has done like many podcasts. And it's really awesome to see a person of color being in like this huge showcase that is generally like an older white guy talking to everybody else about games. So to see him and representation, but also just like kind of an indie, content creator, let's just say, make it to such a big stage and for the whole event.
He
You know
did
what
the
I
whole
mean?
show. The
He did
entire
a
show.
whole
Yep.
show, and it was like, and he was so personable, like minus like the diversity thing, which is great, but like I just liked his personality. He was just like super down to earth, and I just felt like, yeah, I just felt like represented more for some
Right
reason.
on. Yeah, he did a good job. Very good job.
I really dig that. So that was cool. And then in general, the whole thing was just like more information about games. So I got really excited about the flight simulator. Which, are you going to play that? Like, normally I wouldn't, but it just seems really interesting.
Normally I wouldn't, but since it's going to be on Game Pass, I probably will give it a shot. I mean, it looks cool. I don't know that I'm necessarily like a sim guy or even a flight guy, but I mean, if it's on there for quote unquote free, not really free, but basically free. I'll give it a shot. I think probably my son's probably going to get into it. He really likes the sim stuff, which is kind of weird, right? Like my whole family is all gamers, but like I have different tastes than my wife, and my son has different tastes than both of us. So even though we all love games, like we all love different games, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
definitely like the first-person shooter / sim kind of guy, and that's his jam. So I bet he'll probably spend some time on it.
Well, for one thing, I like the idea of the technology and how it's going to be using the cloud and basically, supplying, what is it? Not teraflops, maybe teraflops, just like oogots of information to your
That's
Xbox.
not even a word. That's not a word. Is that a word?
Teraflops is a word, yes.
No, teraflops. So you said oogots. That's not
No. Yeah, oogots is not a word. So I'll go with that one. It's going to supply oogots of information to your Xbox, and just be able to go anywhere. It's almost like my Oculus Quest, which I use for like a lot of like sightseeing, right? Like I get to go to different countries and stuff. It's almost like that. It's like you can just kind of learn about places, and I think that's really interesting. And then also, I got really excited about Psychonauts again. I don't know, I wasn't really excited, but then I watched Tim Schafer talk about it, and I enjoyed the first one. I don't think you liked the first one, did you?
I had a lot of problems with it mechanically. I thought I played it when it was brand new. I haven't played the revamped or whatever version. I guess they probably polished it up a little bit. But back when it came out, it was not good to play. Like serious camera problems. I thought it was fun, but like it just was really painful to play at the time. I keep meaning to revisit it, but I haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, well, the two, you just go to two. You don't need to have played one.
Probably
so. You get the
probably
idea.
So. Yeah.
So anyway, just said by that. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else stand out about that extended showcase to you?
I mean, no. I mean, I already seen that stuff like so much times because I was already working on the show, so I was just like, whatever. So it's fine. Also, just as a point of reference for anybody who cares, I don't know if anybody cares. I did also do the Rare show where they talked about Sea of Thieves. They went into really a deep dive. So in case you want to see me doing that, I did that as well. I think those are the only 3 things I did for Microsoft. So
nice.
I got out there this year. Yeah. So Sea of Thieves, not my jam, but it looks pretty interesting. And like most of the Xbox games, I mean, I think they all just look really good. I mean, maybe some are my jam, some are not, but like overall, I mean, great selection and they all look pretty sharp. And plus, I mean, Game Pass for almost all of them. So we talk about Game Pass all the time, like amazing. So good
we
news
do,
for everybody. Yeah.
We do. But at the end of my housekeeping, we might have to return to Game Pass. Remind me to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you go now.
All right. So I got a bunch of stuff. First off, I do want to apologize to everybody on the podcast. My allergies are like super out of control right now. It's really hot in Washington and near Seattle. So I have a lot of allergies. I'm an allergy guy, always have been. And I'm fighting back like the runny nose. I'm fighting back the itchy eyes. I feel like I want to like cough and I'm trying not to. So I apologize to everybody if I lose my composure and I just dissolve into a mucus mess. I apologize in advance.
You know what's funny? Best. You know what's funny? You are doing your best. I think every time you announce it, you don't have a problem. So maybe that'll save you.
Man, I hope so.
So many times that we've done shows, and we've done so many shows, and you'd be like, "Okay, I apologize at the beginning of the show. I have a cough, or I have a cold, or whatever it is," and then you wouldn't hear it at all the whole episode. So
I mean, fingers crossed, because I feel like it's building, man. I feel like there's a storm inside me. It's brewing right now. We may have to have like a pause. So anyway, if anything sneaks through, I'm sorry, folks. I know it's kind of irritating to hear somebody cough or whatever on the show. Okay, anyway, that aside. So something really strange and interesting and unexpected happened this week. I was scrolling through Twitter as I normally do, and I got a message like just randomly from somebody I didn't recognize. And they were like referring back to a comment I made a while ago, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this about? What's going on?" And so it was a developer. His name is Fumi Shiraishi, and I apologize in advance if I'm mispronouncing that. I'm doing my best. I think it's Fumi Shiraishi. He is a developer, and he worked on a game called Volta X. We talked about it here on the show, I don't know, many, many moons ago. It is a turn-based roguelike where you have a team of animals that pilot a giant robot, kind of like Voltron style.
Mm.
I liked it a lot, except for the big problem with that game was it seemed like the kind of thing that should be like an 8-hour campaign and then just roll credits and done. But instead, they kind of turned it into like a game as service thing, which did not make any sense to me, especially being on the Switch. Like I was like, this is a cool game. I think it plays cool. I like it a lot. But this design structure is breaking my brain because this doesn't make any sense to me. So I tweeted that like when we talked about the show. I mean, I don't like 2 years ago. I don't even know when this was. Like right. So like yesterday or the day before, he's like, "Hey man, I was thinking a lot about your comment again, like 2 years ago or whatever."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I totally made like a whole brand new game mode to address your comment." And
What?
I'm like, "What?"
Holy crap.
So he created an entirely new game mode in Volta X, which is free if you own the game. It's available now. You can download it and update your game. It is a offline, no game as service, roguelike progression. It's got new robots, it's got new characters, new weapons, new attacks. It's a new structure, and you can actually just roll credits and finish it. So he's like, I forget the exact quote, but he's like, I thought a lot about what you said, and I made this new mode, and hopefully you'll check it out. And I'm like, wow. Like, I know developers have, we interact with developers on Twitter all the time. Like shit you say on Twitter gets out there. People see it, even when you don't mean them to. Like, even if you don't tag people in, they just have a magically effective way of finding comments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually, it's when I'm shit talking somebody. That's when somebody sees it. I don't know if they see the praise, but he saw this, and I think this is probably the first time anybody's ever like made a mode in direct response to the comment. That I mean,
not
that's
like
pretty,
a hot fix, but like an actual mode.
yeah, like this. I'm laughing because it's pretty major. Like I feel like it's like kind of amazing, right? So. I told him like I'm like, wow, thank you for letting me know. This is amazing. I'm gonna check it out. I haven't had time because my schedule was like slammed this week, but I did re-download the game because I deleted it like a million years ago, right? Got it back on the Switch. I got the update, so I'm gonna try the new mode. I'll probably bring it to the show next week. But anyway, that was just like a crazy out of the blue thing that happened. So thank you to Fumi Shiraishi for letting me know about that, and also thank you for making that new game mode.
Wow.
I'm very excited to check it out. It's amazing.
We are changing the world one like comment at a time.
One comment at a time. Volta X, go check it out, folks.
Check it out. Okay, well that's cool. That's a positive one.
That's pretty positive, yeah.
Another kind of not positive or more neutral, but might actually get negative, is that PAX, it was announced, PAX West, to be IRL.
I saw that.
And people can go to it, and I'm sure it's, I believe it's 50% capacity, so it isn't going to be a full house, and however many people can fit in those, in that building that they do it in, the convention center, will be half of those people.
I mean, to be fair, it was like you couldn't fit one more person in there, man. It was like shoulder to shoulder.
Right, and to be fair, again, the devil's advocate to that, the sixth floor, which is the fifth or sixth floor that I like, the only time I like going is to those floors, or is more like the indie games and the smaller studios.
Yes,
they were never like packed. So if it's 50% there, that seems pretty good to me. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm only going to go to those two floors. I think that's fifth or sixth floor. And I would just go to see and support some indie games and maybe get some, physical like merch or copies of games or something like that. And I usually like talking with indie devs on that floor. And I feel like that won't be too crowded. And then I'm also going to just see people like E3 we didn't get to do who come to visit Seattle. I'm going to see them like at a restaurant or bar, outside of the show. So I'm going to do a couple small things with it.
That's cool. I love PAX. I mean, PAX is like my show. Like it's like it's in our backyard. I can get there very easily. I know a lot of the people that go to it. I mean, it's my jam. I'm going to skip it, man. I'm going to completely skip it. I am not in the mood for crowds this year. I don't want to, jump into things too soon. I mean, I'm fully vaccinated. I know you are too. And I know that, people are going to take precautions and that's all good. But I mean, just me personally, I'm a pretty cautious guy by nature. And I feel like just for me, it's just a little bit too soon. So I'm going to let it go by. I'm sure I'll get the emails. I'll be maybe talking to some folks virtually or something, but I'm gonna give it a pass.
Well, we'll also be able to obviously cover all the stuff that they release digitally, right? They
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
something similar to that as
Oh
well.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And again, I'm gonna wear a mask even though I'm vaccinated, just to be like for sickness because it's like
Oh,
packs.
dude, you're not going to be able to find me in public without a mask on for like the rest of my life,
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far, but
man.
yeah. Anyway, so I'll like just kind of duck in and out. But mainly, what I'm really excited about is that a few people, let's just say even a few people that I know in the industry, might show up in Seattle because of it.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
cool for me to be like, hey, let's just go, sit outside somewhere and catch up. So that's the thing that's happening. Again, if you go, make sure you wear a mask. I would just wear a mask anyhow because just the flu in general,
Oh
right?
yeah, dude. I mean, it's a haven of sickness even in the best years, man.
Yes.
So definitely, like, bring the hand sanitizer, wear the mask, like, don't touch anything, all that. Take all the
It's
precautions.
just like, again, I've said this just recently, but it's like the US is like starting to come online for like normal shit you should do in like really crowded places. Like
Yeah,
no
that other
shit.
countries have been doing for years. So we're
Forever.
we are the outliers, and now we're kind of starting to get in line.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Another real quick fun thing I'm going to do too is, well, it's not really fun, but it's interesting. Cyberpunk came out with a patch. And it really is more of like a hot fix. It's not a full patch, but it did fix a bunch of stuff for some of the people who are still playing like the campaign. Me, I'm like 190 hours in, and just like shooting dudes and finding
Oh
like
my
stuff that I'm
god,
not supposed to
dude.
find. But they did do things like they fixed the NPCs where it used to be like so many identical NPCs, which looked totally dumb. Like literally the same NPC,
Right,
like
right.
many in a row. Like
And
they're
they're
all
not clones. I'm
twins, and they're
guessing it's
not
not
clones.
story
Yeah,
justified. Yeah.
no. So they got rid of that, and actually it fixed it. They really did fix that. It looks just like you see random different types of people.
Cool.
But what the negative is, they added more like, I don't know, something with fidelity where it's darker now at night, like literally harder to see,
Oh
and there's
no.
more fog. And I was like, I didn't order either of those things.
That sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, like it was like one kind of good thing and then one thing that's pretty bad because I was fighting cops as you do when you're
Sure.
190 hours
That's what
into
you do. That's
Cyberpunk.
what you do. Yep.
And I was like, wait, I can't see them. Where did they go? Like I was down an alleyway and I was literally not knowing where they were shooting from. So I was like, that seems wrong. Yeah. So anyways, that's just kind of a funny side note.
All right. Cool.
Back
Cool.
to
Cool.
you.
Back to me. Got a couple things. I guess I'll do some. Okay, I'll do this over here. So a couple of other quick things. First, Mars Horizon, which is kind of like a simpler version of Kerbal Space Program.
Hmm.
My son loves Mars Horizon, which is why I'm bringing it up. I promised him I would mention it. They just put out a big update. So if you like Kerbal, but maybe you want something different, or maybe Kerbal is too difficult, because Jesus Christ, you need to have an engineering PhD to play Kerbal.
Oh, yeah.
If you need something a little simpler, Mars Horizon is a good alternative. They just put out a new, like a pretty big patch or DLC content for free. It has a bunch of stuff, but the thing that I thought was really cool is that they have replicated the recent Mars mission that we did for real. So, like the Perseverance rover that landed on Mars, and the little helicopter that was with it, the Ingenuity helicopter. Like, if you want to like recreate that mission and do those things on Mars, like we really did just a little while ago, that is now in the game, and you can go through that whole mission and do that thing, which I thought was pretty awesome. So heads up on Mars Horizon, big update there.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Now, kind of a bad thing. PS5 is evil. I have just figured out it's evil.
All right. Calm down.
Actually evil. Here's the evil thing. So I tweeted about this a while ago. Maybe you saw it on Twitter, but I was like, I had this weird, I don't know, just urge to be like, I feel like I want to play Souls like right now, and the other one, Elden Ring's not coming out for a while. I feel like I'm just in the mood. So what have I not played yet? And I'm like, well, I only played like 5 minutes of the Surge and I bounced off it, but I heard it got a lot of patches and updates since then. Maybe I should give the Surge another try. And I originally played it on disc from GameFly, so I don't actually own it. So I'm like, oh, no worries. I'll just jump on the store on my PS5 and I will buy it for whatever price it's on. I'm sure it's dirt cheap these days. And I go to the store and it's like, yeah, here's the Surge on PS Now. And I'm like, cool, but I don't want it on PS Now. I just want to buy it. They're like, nope, it's on PS Now. And I'm like, this can't be it. It can't be it, because you can buy it on literally every fucking platform. And I know it was for sale on the PS4 when it was brand new. I'm like, am I just not clicking the right button? What's going on here? So I click all the buttons. I hit a button that's like, follow/unfollow the Surge. I don't need to follow anything right now. This game is dead. It's like 4 years old or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, am I in the wrong page in the store? is this a demo? Where's the game? I know this game exists. I've played it before. So I'm looking and looking and looking. Can't find it anywhere. Nowhere on PS5 do I find a button that says buy. I'm like, I've got money. I'm trying to give you my money. So I want to pay you some money to make you richer than you already are for this game that nobody wants except for me. Let's do this. No, we're not going to do this. We can't do this. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And just to be clear, the reason I bought it on I wanted to buy it on PS5 was because I already owned the Surge 2, and I didn't know if there was any like data carryover or anything, so I wanted to kind of keep it all in the same system in case I felt like I wanted to play the Surge 2, right? I mean, that's why I didn't just like immediately jump over to Xbox, which is what my urge was. So I jump on the PC interface for the PSN store. Lo and behold, here's the Surge on sale, $4.99, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why can I? And it's even on the Mike Susky, who is Game Critics writer. He jumped on his PS4 and he's like, yeah, I can see it for sale on the PS4. I saw it for sale on the PC interface. You can't buy it on the PS5 because they want to shuttle you over to fucking PS Now, which is a garbage service. So I'm like really irritated that I had to like get out of my game zone, come downstairs, get on my TV, jump on the PC, like buy it on the PC and then download it. Like, fuck off. Like, if you want me to get PS Now, I'll get it. If I don't want to get it, I won't get it. Don't force me. And like otherwise, I was just about to go give money to Microsoft, right? So like, do you not want me to buy games on your system? You're going to make it difficult for me? This is bullshit.
Okay, let me talk you down from the ledge. First off, I've had to buy games on the PC version of the store for PlayStation before.
Yes.
I don't know why. It has happened before, and it has annoyed me. It sounds like it's something very similar to this situation where I was like,
Seems so, yeah.
I see it here. Why is it not in my store? You know?
Right.
To the credit of the process, it's very easy. And it's actually, it's like all you hit is the button download and then it's downloading on your system.
Sure.
So that part's easy. And then secondly, I don't know why it's happening, but it is happening with some titles. I could see it being a marketing ploy where they go, hey, why don't you sign up to the service because we know it's not really worth much right now. And here's some, in quotes, exclusive games you can get maybe. But I mean, that's so down in the weeds that I don't even think they're thinking that far. I think it just happens to be because we both worked at big companies. There's so many things that happen just because of people. Like random ass person. I'm just saying, random ass person didn't put up all the games in the store. I don't know. It just seems...
I mean, so here's the counterpoint to this, right?
Yeah.
This game used to be on sale on PS4. Like when it came out, you could buy it. I've seen it. It's a thing. You can still buy it on PS4. You can still buy it on PC. Someone had to flip a switch somewhere to make that not active on PS5. I mean,
right,
like,
but
I don't
how
understand.
many games did they do that to? And is it just a few? And was that a fuck up?
I mean, I haven't done an extensive search of the library, but it seems to me like that's a ploy because it doesn't make any sense at all that you cannot access the buy button, which you would think that's their top priority, right? Get the income coming in.
Right.
On a game like this, it's been out for so long, it's going to be pure profit. And it's only like $5 anyway, so like, why don't you just fucking let me buy it? Like, it's just irritating.
We
should do.
We don't do this, but we should do research. Which
I'm not gonna
again,
do research.
we're not going to do research.
Not going to do it.
But if we did do that, right? If we were a podcast that did research, we would go and look at how many titles were actually not available, right, on the store.
You could do,
right. That's a tangible thing for someone maybe listening to the podcast. They could do.
If anybody out there has time on their hands,
yeah. Because seriously, if it's like 4 or like 2, then it's like a fuck up. If it's like 20 or more, then it's like that is a ploy. They're like,
I'm gonna place a bet.
Okay,
there's no way. There's no way we can check this. There is a way. Neither
it's
one of us
research.
but we're not going to do it.
Okay.
Here's the bet. Excuse me. I'll bet you that the overwhelming majority of games that are on PS Now right now, at least from PS4, I bet you if you went and looked at them, I bet you could not buy them on PS5.
I want to place that bet that I think you can. And
$5. $5.
Okay, done.
All right,
now,
done.
Someone listening to the podcast has to help us decide that bet because we're not going to do the work.
Listeners, let's solve our bet. Settle this bet. Who owes who $5? I think most of these games, it's a ploy, and I feel like they're trying to force you to get on PS Now. Carlos disagrees.
Yeah.
$5 on the line.
$5 on the line. It's just a deep ploy. It seems like it just seems too much. Okay, moving on. Before I forget, this just came up to my head. I forgot to mention this, but Spiders, one of my favorite developers, they made a bunch of games. What's the main game I like? Greedfall, right?
Greedfall is great.
Yeah. So they announced a new game at E3, and I didn't say anything about it.
Oh, they did? What did they announce?
It's called, I'm looking at it right now. It's something with steel. You're a robot, I think, but it's an RPG. Steel Rising. And the trailer looks amazing. And I'm going to send it to you because I don't think you maybe even seen
I
it.
feel like maybe I've heard of it, but they didn't get much play at E3.
No, they didn't. They like showed one trailer, but it's like it looks like you're a robot, but like in Bloodborne kind of graphics, like in world. And then also it's an RPG, and they just finished Greedfall, so like I could not be more excited about it. So just put that on people's radar. I think it fell off everybody's radar. Spiders is producing Steel Rising. Go look up the trailer. It looks really good.
Excellent. I really like Spiders a lot too. I know that they've kind of had a tough track record, but Greedfall, I mean, everybody says it's great. You say it's great. I actually, I'm gonna play the deluxe version on Xbox once I get some time. So
that'll
I
be
played
fun.
a little bit and I really liked what I saw, but I couldn't get very far into it. I'm gonna restart it. I heard nothing but good things, so looking forward to that. And I always like their style. I think they're a good house. They just have had some bad luck, had a couple, games that didn't quite meet up with their potential, but I feel like maybe they're on a good trajectory now.
Well, they're on a good trajectory. You don't have to say maybe. I know they are because you just watch it. You can see it in the. Again, I played all of Greedfall, and I think they've had like one DLC, and I played that too. So that's a great game. Okay, so also one more game note is just for listeners for next episode, and for me because I'm excited. I'm starting Scarlet Nexus on Friday.
All right,
and I'm very excited about it for a bunch of reasons, but. Yeah, I've been waiting for one big kind of action RPG to get into finally after I finish Mass Effect.
Did you play the demo?
I didn't because I don't want to. I'm on the fence with doing it because I don't think it
You
carries
should play
over.
the demo, dude. Play the demo.
Does it carry over the data?
I don't know if it does or not. It's not a very long demo, but I think that if you play that demo, you're gonna immediately know
Well, yeah, but
whether
I watched,
that's your jam or not.
Okay, but I watched footage enough to know that you can pick up things with physics. And it seemed like it wasn't my jam.
You should play it. You should play it, dude. You should play it. I would hate.
Are you saying that because you didn't like it?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I played the demo and I'm like, ooh, I really don't like this. So you should definitely give it a shot. You're gonna know like within 20 minutes whether it's your thing or not. It's very hot or cold. So
okay, I'll start it tonight. You have a couple more things, and I have one more thing.
I have a couple more things. I don't have any more necessarily game related. You got any more game related?
Nah, ish. It's about Twitter. But with games.
Yeah, go ahead.
It may be like the same. Maybe we're going to talk about the same thing.
Could be.
The Returnal tweets.
No, we're talking about a different thing.
Okay, I was scrolling through Twitter and looking at stuff that hits your way, and I got mentioned in something, and it was
that's
Phil Hornshaw guy.
Yes,
and he was talking about Returnal, and I felt compelled to say at least one thing because I disagree with a lot of what was going on in the thread. And yeah, I think that there's some good things about Returnal. And again, I praised it on this podcast for a while because I like a lot of the graphics and the stuff they do with the controller.
Well, I'm going to stop you right there, dude, because I was actually planning on bringing it up at the very tail end. So why don't we just put a pin in that? And I would love to get your extended, in-depth thoughts.
Well, there's my in-depth preview of what I'll be about to say.
Excellent. All right, cool. You want to keep going? You got anything else?
No, I mean I'm putting a pin in my thing now. So go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to slightly transition away from games. I want to give a quick shout out to one of our super fans, Sleeperhit79, who just recently got his U.S. citizenship. Congratulations!
Nice.
Yeah, I know Gabriel. He's a great guy. We used to play. God dang it, man! I'm having the worst day today. Sorry, folks. We used to play Overwatch together. He's a great guy, a great teammate, really funny. Every time I talk to him, he's always got like a one-liner. I mean, the dude he's got like a shtick, right? He's got like kind of a bit in the routine. Always good for a laugh. I love getting tweets from him. Great guy. He's got a cute little baby that he just had recently. One of my favorite people on Twitter. So shout out to Sleeperhit79. Gabriel, congratulations on your citizenship. Although on one level, I think you're kind of crazy because I'm actually trying to get out of the United States. So I don't know that this is necessarily where you want to be. But other than that, congratulations, my brother.
Yeah, congratulations.
Excellent news. Okay, the last thing that I have is the cause of my frustration. I'm going to get into it for just a second here.
Is it what I just brought up?
No, totally different.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm so confused then. Okay, go ahead.
So games for me are like my safe space, right? Like my home away from home, when people say go to your happy place, like that's where I go. And I'm sure you probably have that same feeling. Probably a lot of people have that feeling, right? Like it's an escape for a lot of people.
Yep.
It's been a real stressful week. It's crazy, just like a lot of like real life things going on, and I'm like, I just want to chill with my games, just like decompress, right? But I was having some problems with my old TV, and like the picture wasn't coming through clearly, and it was bumming me out, man, because like you can't play games if you can't really see your TV very clearly. So I'm like, okay, I don't like to upgrade very often because, contrary to popular belief, I'm going to give you a little peek behind the curtain here, Carlos, a little secret. So like
Mhm.
if you ever see me in real life, you've seen me in real life,
Just
but
a
if
few
anybody,
times.
just a few times, but if anybody sees me in real life, you would look at me and you'd be like, okay, there's like this pasty white dude, a little on the chubby side, got glasses. He probably is real good at tech. He probably knows computers like real well, right? Like you would think that about me, and a lot of people think that about me. Don't be fooled. I don't know jack shit about computers or technology. My wife is the technology brain in the family. She handles all of our electronics, outside of consoles, right? Like I do consoles, but like when it comes to like phones or like TV, AV setups, speakers or whatever, like the wife does all that shit. She's like the tech guru.
Okay.
So I don't know fuck all about technology. And in fact, I think I'm kind of cursed. Like I think I have like anti-technology aura around me.
Can I pause you right there? That is a
Yeah.
real thing. Okay. That's a
Yes,
real
it
thing. I'm
is.
a very big energy guy, and we're all made of energy. Everything's energy. Our thoughts are
100%.
energy. Okay.
100%.
And my mom has the same problem. She literally, and I'm not comparing you because whatever, it's just the way it is, right? There's just
Sure,
certain
sure.
people.
Just a thing.
She literally got a brand new iPhone, and week later, she's like, it's just not working. It's just,
Yes.
I need to make a whole sketch about all of the problems that she has. So you're not wrong, and it's just a curse. You're right. You're probably cursed. So go
I
ahead.
100%, dude. Like it can be anything. Like I am the guy who always gets the bug in the game, right? Or I am the guy whose phone is on the fritz, or I am the guy who downloads a program that like everybody uses and for some reason it doesn't work for me. Like
Yep,
that's
yep,
just
yep.
how I roll. And it has been my whole life, right? And I'm not a dumb guy. Like I can do YouTube tutorials and I know how to work things. I can send emails like any normal person, right? But like something about my aura just like does not get along with technology, which is why I'm happy to let my wife take care of it. And game consoles, thank God, work for me. And I'm fine with that. Like I just stop right there and that's all I can do. So I have to get a new TV, right? Because like my old TV is not working and it stressed me out to not play games. So I go down to the local store. They're having this bananas fucking sale, like 75% off of like everything. And I'm like, oh shit. Like these prices are fucking like nuts, right?
These
Like
prices are too hard to pass up.
these prices are insane. So I mean literally, right? So I'm looking at the TVs and I'm like, well, I was thinking of just getting a slight upgrade, but these TVs are so fucking cheap. I might as well go hog wild because it's just the same price as buying like a really small TV or whatever. So
By the way, I wish you would have texted me before this because I am the tech guy and I know TVs, and so
well, we can talk because
okay,
hang tight for like 30 seconds.
all
You're
right,
gonna find out.
yeah.
So I go and I look around and I see one that it really speaks to me. Like it's got enough HDMI ports. It's got the features that I like. It's a good size. And unfortunately, like the guy's like, yeah, the stock says we have like 4 in the store, but I can't find them, so I guess they're not here. So I can't get my first choice. I'm like, fuck. Okay, fine. I'll go with the second choice. It's like a 50-inch Samsung 4K. Like I never in a million years would have bought this TV. It was full price. No fucking way. It was like $300, dude. Like dirt cheap.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
it's a crazy price. So I'm like, whoa, I didn't think I could afford this much TV. And honestly, I can't, but it's so cheap, I can afford this. So I buy the TV, Samsung Smart TV, get it home. It is like immediately problems, dude. Immediately problems. It's only got 2 HDMI ports, which was a bummer because I need at least 3. But I'm like, well, I got a switcher, so that should be fine, right? Okay, totally not fine. Plug in, like, what happens is I plug in my first console, and this TV is like so quote unquote smart. It wants to like get a handshake going with the console, right? Like
Yeah,
it wants to
assign
like
it,
yeah,
something.
it wants to assign it one. And I'm
Yep.
like, don't do that, bitch. Like just take the HDMI input. That's all you got to do. Like when I change a channel, just change the channel. Don't recognize it. Like don't get a little like a grip going on it. But it does, right?
Can I pause it for a minute?
Yes.
This story's going to take a lot of pauses for me.
Yes, go ahead.
Being
go
the
ahead.
person of like technology. So already you're giving it negative energy because you're like, you just called it bitch, by the way. You just
it
got
is
the
a
TV
bitch,
home.
dude. It is a hardcore bitch.
And like the whole idea of it smart TV trying to assign things, that's kind of what it's supposed to do. Like it's not a bad thing that it's trying to assign things. So anyways, I'm just saying like, it seems like you're already mad about that, but that's kind of it can be a very helpful thing.
Well, so here's the problem, right? Like if that just worked, fine.
Okay.
But what ended up happening was it like I plug in the switch, right? Plug in the switch. It's like, yes, you are a switch. I am a TV. We are now friends. Cool. And then I put in the switcher and I need to like get onto the Xbox and it's like, error. This is no longer a
It
Switch.
did
And I'm
not.
like,
It did not do that voice. It
no,
did not do that voice.
it totally did. I'm like, what? My TV's talking to me.
And
That's
it had
fucking
eyes
weird.
and a face all of a sudden.
Oh my god. And I'm like, okay, I realize it's not a Switch, but I need to have multiple consoles on one TV because that's a normal thing people do every day. And it would not recognize it. So I'm like, okay, how do I get around this? And like, I'm futzing with the remote control and I'm trying to go through the settings and it's not working. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know what happened, but it forgot the Switch and identified the PS5 or the Xbox. And it went back and forth between the PS5 and the Xbox, no problem. But then it would not recognize the Switch anymore.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, oh my god, like what is happening with this thing? I can't get it to work. And so I just like, I get the switcher and I redo the HDMI cables and I'm moving things around. I'm like fucking with the settings. I reset it to like factory settings a couple times to kind of like reset the whole process. Eventually, I just have to like redo everything and I get it set up in a different way. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is doable for now. But I start playing the game and it's like game mode on and the screen goes black in the middle of fucking Fortnite and I get killed. And then it's like game mode off and then screen picture comes back. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything to it. I'm not touching it.
Okay.
I'm simply playing Fortnite. And I'm like, okay, well, it just happened. That's a one-off thing. That's okay. Things happen. It's weird. Continue to do it like 8 more fucking times where out of the blue, I'm not touching anything. I'm not doing anything but playing Fortnite like a normal Fortnite player does. And it just keeps going game mode on, game mode off, and the picture keeps disappearing and disappearing and disappearing.
Okay. Can I stop you there?
Yes, good.
So, oh my goodness, there's so many things. One, you can't. I mean, you almost need to return the TV if the HDMI thing is an issue for you because it's not gonna keep the memory of your systems because you only have 2 ports. So that switcher's fucked, and that's what's fucking you. Okay. So by the way, I have a Samsung and I have a smart TV, which is why this is very interesting. I think I have a 50 or 53 or something like that.
All right.
And it knows the Xbox and it knows the PlayStation, and it's never gonna forget them because I have 4 inputs. Right.
Ah, lucky.
Well, I mean, I knew that I needed that. I knew that was going to happen, and I knew
that
the smart TV.
I wanted more than that, but like I had to get what was there, man. They didn't have one that had more than that.
Well, you could have waited too, because then if you did, you might have.
Well, I mean, I thought the switcher would take care of it.
Well,
it won't.
It won't. I'm telling you, because the smart TV does that. It tries to assign it to a port, which is again, it is weird and quirky how it works, but that is how it works. So that fixes your problem or doesn't fix your problem. It's not an actual issue. It is the switcher that's doing that. Secondly, the game mode you can easily fix, and I can help you like it's off the podcast. But it's just in the settings mode. You just turn that off for good.
Oh yeah, I did. The first thing I did. Still happens. It still happens.
Yeah, I can find the menu for you. There's another place you're probably not turning it off. You can turn it off totally. It should not come back on unless you choose to have it come back on.
Yeah, that was bullshit. And the other thing.
Well, I just told you a fix for it. There is a fix for that.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. The other thing that happened was as I was playing it, when it was working, I'm sitting there. I can't believe it. Like this is totally my luck, right? I'm sitting here playing it. As I'm watching it, the screen is getting darker and darker and darker and darker, and I'm like, "What is going on?" And it's like auto adjusting for ambient room light, and I'm like, "Please don't."
Oh my goodness, that's
Please
also
stop.
a setting. That's also a setting.
I'm like, I don't need you. I don't need you to do fuck all anything except for fucking show this goddamn game because that's all I'm trying to do. You are so fucking smart, you're going to get me to throw you out the goddamn window because you're not being a TV.
I'm sorry, Brad. I was just trying to help. Don't throw me outside the window.
Well, here's where we ended up, all right? So, like, I'm trying to get all this stuff done. It's stressing me the fuck out because games are supposed to be my chill out time, and I'm eating up all of my game time fucking with these settings, and the screen's going dark, and it's going black and everything. I yanked the fucking thing off my shelf, and I'm like, you're going back in the box, bitch. I got the receipt and I'm going back to the store after this podcast. As soon as we wrap this podcast, it's going back to the goddamn store and I'm picking something that's not so fucking smart.
So I will help you and I'll text you. Text me when you're there if you want. But for one thing, just get those 4 ports. They definitely have plenty of HDTVs with 4 inputs.
Yeah, but I'm not into that size. So hopefully they got something more in stock because they were out of a couple ones.
No, I'm just saying like they have 4 HDMI in any size.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like that. It's like it's based on a bigger TV. So that's important. I can help you with if you get a Samsung again. You don't need to.
I'm not going to get one at all. No.
But either way, a lot of smart TVs have those game modes because they're trying to use it for refresh rates and for people who want to like see things quicker. You can usually turn them off. Lots of times they're in embedded setting menus so people listening. If you don't think you've found it in the general input section, there's usually like an expert setting, which is weird because it's called expert setting. I know.
I did find the expert settings, and I had a very bitter laugh about it.
Okay. Anyways, so that being said, hit me up if you need to. But also, there's just so many new brands of TV as well. So don't think that you have to have like the brand name you know of. You know.
I mean, I've had good luck with Vizio. We had a couple other ones in the house. I've been very happy with those so far. I think, and in fact, that was my first choice. That was the one that I wanted, but they were out of stock. So
Well, Vizio's
hopefully,
Sony, and it's like an imprint of Sony. So
well, Subsys. Okay, cool.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
whatever they're doing, it's working for my other TVs. So I think I'm going to keep it in the same family
Okay, so
if
real
they've got
quick,
it in stock.
so the other one I just tell you, and
Yeah.
again, we don't need to be doing this on the podcast, but for anybody listening as well, I still think that the Samsung TV is a good TV, but it's fine. You had a bad experience. So the Vizio is good, but also the Insignias right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had one of those before.
Yeah,
Those
the
are good.
4K
Yeah.
Insignias, and they're
Yeah.
usually pretty cheap. So, all right, well, text me, and again, some of the smart TVs have features you just have to turn off.
Man,
Okay.
I'm not none of that shit, man. This
I
is
know,
garbage.
but you have to turn it off, and then
I need
also
the dumb TV, the dumbest TV there is.
the 4 HDMI's will solve a lot of your other things.
Probably so. Probably.
Let's
so.
move
Man,
on and talk about. Oh, geez, Louise, we have.
That's
more
all
to
I
talk
got.
about.
You got anything else for
Yeah,
housekeeping?
just one more thing was that thing I want to go back to with the tweets about Returnal.
Oh yeah, we'll get back to the end of the show. So put a pin in
Oh,
that for
it
now.
won't even go to the beginning of the housekeeping. It's you pushed it all the way back.
Yeah, no, I mean we can. I mean, yes, we can talk about it now if you want to. We can bring it now. You want to talk about it now?
Oh, you had it like on notes for the end of the show.
Yeah, I was going to schedule us talking. Well, let's talk about it now. We're already
Good
talking
Lord,
about
let's
it.
just get the audience
Okay.
doesn't care anymore.
Let me set it up. Let me
They're
set
like,
it
we're
up
not
for-
waiting at the end of the fucking
I
podcast.
know the audience is like, will you just fucking get to it, please? All right. So anyway, I know you talked about Returnal a while ago. You started off really hot on it, then you cooled off really quickly. I know the game has a reputation for number one, not having a save state, and for difficulty, for crashing, all that stuff. But it looked a lot like my jam, right? Like it's third-person action, it's a roguelike. It's got a lot of things that are checked off for me, which is good. I would have bought it on day one, except for it was like $70, which is ridiculous. But GameFly sent it to me, which is great, so I got to play it, and that was what got me on it. Now I know that you want to just refresh us real quick where you ended up on that.
For the how I felt about the game.
Yeah, I'm assuming you didn't finish it.
Yeah, I didn't because I just bounced and based on some of the stuff I'll talk about right now with the tweets that I put out. It's just that again, beautiful, like I was saying earlier, and the controller stuff feels great, but like the actual core gameplay loop was so long and so arduous. That's a good word for it.
Good word.
That I didn't feel like I wanted to go back because I just spent all this time, and in my mind, it just felt wasted because I wasn't really winning or getting anything that was helping me too much. It was
Right.
like these small upgrades. We'll get to this in a minute.
Tiny upgrades.
Tiny upgrades. We'll get this in a minute. But like Phil was saying, and some other people trying to defend that part of it, they were saying, well, then, at some point you open up shortcuts. I opened up all the fucking shortcuts. You still have to get to the end boss. And when you get to him with all your shortcuts, you still fucking die a lot because he's got like 3 health bars and it's insane. So, and that's just the first world. Right. So, what kind of crazy person? No offense to everybody who loved it, but to me, I just can't understand how you'd want to play something that's a roguelike type game where it takes so much of your time. And we talk about this on the podcast a lot. We don't have a lot of time at some parts of our life to play games.
7 minutes.
So you have less and less of your time, and I just felt like I was wasting my time. And it didn't feel like I was getting the entertainment value or progress out of something that I had spent so much, that I invested so much time in.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
mean, yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm still playing it now. I'm playing like maybe like 1 or 2 runs a day. But I agree with that. And I think that the philosophy, so here's the thing. So Phil Hornshaw jumped in on Twitter. Phil's a great guy, smart guy. I like Phil a lot. He is apparently a Returnal expert, which is cool. Tip of the hat to that. And he wrote a bunch of articles about it. And he sent me some links to some of the articles. And I read them. And I think they're very cool. But I still kind of fundamentally disagree with him, but in a very like respectful way, right? Because he's a good guy. But his take was basically like you're not supposed to do long runs. You're supposed to just play for short bursts. And every time you play for a short burst, I guess, I don't know, like you just make a little bit of progress or something. Like, I hear what he was saying, but at the same time, I don't necessarily agree with that because, like you were saying, Returnal gives you so little when you play. It's really strange. I feel like Housemarque, the developers, are kind of swimming upstream on this one. I feel like they wanted to break away from the traditional system of roguelikes right now where you have a lot of permanence that keeps players going, right? Like back in the day, you get a total wipe, you just start from the beginning, square one. That was like super hardcore, and really quickly people realized nobody really liked doing that. But if you give people carrots to work towards, like, oh, I didn't beat the game, but I unlocked a brand new gun that I can start with next time, and this gun's dope. Or oh, I unlocked like 3 more health bars so that like the next time I play, I'm going to get that much further because I have that much more life. Like
Right.
those little things are really smart, and that's what's making the genre so popular right now. I mean, roguelikes are having the biggest boom they've had like since they've been created.
Yeah.
They are more popular now than they've ever been in the history of the roguelike genre for a reason, because people have figured out a really good formula for that. And I feel like Housemarque is swimming upstream. They're like, we don't want to do what everybody else is doing. We're going to do something different. And I respect the desire to want to do something different, but this to me feels like somebody going, cars are great and I like cars, but every car's got 4 wheels and that's boring. I'm going to give my car 3 wheels.
Yeah.
And not in a tricycle formation. I'm
Which
just going to take 1 wheel off.
they have those. That's a real thing. Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but like not that one. I'm just taking 1 wheel off and that's
Right,
it. That's
right,
what we're
right.
going to do. Because like there's not very much progression. There is some progression, but it's so microscopic. It doesn't really give you boost. Like you're unlocking some random drop that you might pick up. Like you can't start with a new gun. Like you're not starting with the life that you built up to. Like you're basically, it's effectively starting from scratch every single time. And I played the entire first world of Returnal. I beat that first boss. Very lucky win. I almost didn't do
Yeah,
that. That was
that first
very
boss.
close.
I think it is 3 health bars, right? It's
It is.
insane.
It's too much. Yeah, it's 300
too
bars. It's
much.
way too much.
Yeah.
The only reason I beat it was because I had found an item, the astronaut statue,
Yeah,
which
I
gives
had
you an
that
extra
too.
life,
Yeah, and that's when I almost beat it, by the way.
and I had the parasite, which also gives you an extra life. So I
Yeah.
had 2 extra lives.
Yeah.
So that, and I beat it by like a fraction, right? And so I got past that, got to the next world. I'm like, this is cool, and then I died, and then you come back, and like these shortcuts are not very short. I still had to get through a pretty good chunk of the first level, and then you get to the second level and you get killed right off the bat by something, and then you got to do it all again. And it's like, I, I, I just feel like they've set the bar, like they're getting rid of convenience that makes sense. They're getting rid of stuff, I don't know, just to be ornery, just to be get good. Like I don't get what you're getting in exchange for getting rid of those conveniences.
Right.
I don't think you're getting anything, honestly.
Yeah, and to my point as well, and to that point is what I said on Twitter. Which, by the way, we're referring to a huge Twitter thread that me and Brad were on with Phil.
Yeah.
And I basically said like I really want devs to be able to put out their vision, right? Like we're all about that,
Right. Exactly. Sure.
But when that comes, like you're saying, at the expense of the player, or where it just kind of, I don't know, it breaks apart even maybe their vision. Because I'll say this, what I liked about the roguelike that they did, which was in the very first level, you see a house and you get this whole other kind of experience, which is like
Right,
a first
exactly.
person story bit. And I was like so in at that point, right?
Very interesting stuff.
Because and by the way, and that's the first run I did. And the first run I did is when I almost beat the boss. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I ever told you that. I was
I
like,
don't think so,
this
no.
is my favorite game ever, because like I was loving the shooting, I was loving the tactile feedback. I saw that story part, and then I almost beat the boss because I had the astronaut and I had I think I had a parasite, and so I had like a couple lives, and he had like a little fraction left of the third health bar, and I was like, how does he even have the third health bar?
Right.
And I died, and then the second run, as you know, you like just do worse, right? And I just
Totally.
like fucked off and I died like immediately or something. And so to my point is that if you're going to do something differently and change the game up a bit, for this game, it seems story driven, right? So they really focus on the story. Even every time you die, they kind of show you a little bit different, a cutscene. And then you do the story thing in the house. If I'm doing this game for months, right? Because I think that's what's going to happen, weeks or months or whatever it is, and getting very little progress, I'm going to forget this fucking story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or it's
Yeah.
not going to be like I think it's a misfire, because I really do think it's a lot of good intentions, but I'm going to like be so out from the story because I'm like just like anxiety, panic attack at level 2, 3 with this worm monster,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they just failed that part for me, because now I don't even, what happened in the house? I can't remember. Something happened in the house about an astronaut.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Do you
I
see
mean,
what I'm saying though? That's my point.
Yeah.
Is
No,
that,
I
like,
I agree
you've
with you.
lost me on whatever interesting difference this was because of that.
Well, and to be honest, I think they've lost a lot of players, except for like the most dedicated, the most hardcore. I don't know if I'm in that basket yet. I might be, maybe I won't be. I don't know. But here's what's going for it, right? Like it looks great. Graphics are great.
feels
I think
great, too.
It feels great. Like playing this game, I turned off the haptic stuff. I don't like that stuff.
Oh, I loved it.
I turned it all
I
off.
was
It
all
still
about
controls fine. I changed the controls around. I didn't like the haptic triggers. That was all bullshit. But if you like it, that's cool. For me, not a good fit. But it plays great once you turn that stuff off and just play it like a regular game. Totally comfortable. Character moves around, super nimble. It feels very intuitive. I think they've got the physics dialed in. The shooting feels real good. I mean, it looks great, and I think the systems are pretty good in general. Just how a game kind of just basically functions. Um, but I don't think that they're. I mean, a lot of people bounce where they're like, I can't make any progress. I'm not getting any further. I can't. I can't get anything worthwhile done in this game, and I'm gonna bounce. And I feel like a lot of people bounced, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I think they're too harsh with the roguelike elements. I think that there's nothing really lost by. Oh, so for example, I get through a couple levels, I find the pulse rifle or whatever it's called, and I'm like, whoa, this weapon's amazing. I feel like I'm really good with this weapon. I feel like I'm performing better with this specific weapon. This feels good. Die. Come back to the start, you lose the weapon. It's like, well, why can't I start with that weapon? Because
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I mean, I want to keep going to make. I feel like I'm making some kind of progress, and I feel like, just completely wiping that really feels bad. And again, there's also no saving either. And I don't know that anything is really gained by the no saving except for like a totally get good attitude. Because the other night I was on a good run, made it to the second world in the desert, and I was like, I had some stuff, had the good parasites on me, and I was like, everything was rocking and rolling. And I look at the clock, it's like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I got to get my ass to bed, but I can't save. I want to, and people are like, well, just put it in rest mode. Well, why can't I just save if the developer is telling me? And again, they tell you right when the game turns on, if you need to pause, put it in rest mode. Why?
Yeah, I know.
What is the what?
It's
What is the
superfluous. It's
value of that?
superfluous, and I'm gonna use another fun word: superfluous.
Yes,
Uh,
that is also a good word.
because it literally is the same, right?
It is exactly the same.
The only difference is that your PlayStation might turn off because of a power surge or something.
Or your data will corrupt because of weird shit. Because rest mode is buggy as fuck, dude. So
Right.
it's like, why are you telling me to put it in rest mode when you could just as easily, like every other roguelike on the planet,
Yeah.
let me return to. I'm not saying save scum it or anything, like not save and reload if you die, but just like let me pause and go to the menu, and when you go back to the game, that save deletes.
It's
Just like every roguelike, it's very common.
It's not
very
even.
common.
It's not even in my point a point. That's why I've never even debated it on Twitter. Like
Exactly.
people started talking about that part of it, and I just didn't even like reply because
There
there's no defense to that at all.
I
Like, it's
agree.
it's called saving the game.
I agree. There is no defense to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like Housemarque is just kind of obstinately making choices that everybody else in the industry agrees are good choices, but they're not going to do them for whatever reason. And I don't think it serves the game well, which is a shame. Because if there was a little bit more progression, and if you could save your game, this would be a pretty rad game. Like I think it feels good, looks good, great character, great story, interesting stuff. This should be like a marquee game for the PS5, and yet most people who play it fucking bounce because it just keeps players out. Like, what is the developer shooting for here? You got to keep your vision so intact you're going to lose all your players? That's stupid.
But again, let's just not make it even bigger than it is. People make games, and then some are good and some are bad, and some are good parts of it and some are bad parts of it. I've made games and I go, well, that part was stupid. Why the fuck did I do that? I'll make another game, right? Like, it's just creating things. So, like, I think that maybe they'll learn from this, and they will add a fucking save game to the next whatever, or even patch it in. I don't think it's really difficult to fucking make a save at this point because they're just using that as rest mode anyhow, right? So they're triggering the save point at rest mode, so they could just patch that in. But I just think it's like whatever. Like I like the game for a lot of reasons. I won't probably ever play it again, and that's something you have to learn from. I think for a certain subset of players.
I just think it's really disappointing. I feel like I am very disappointed more than anything else because I feel like this game has the potential to be really cool. I feel like it could be a really, really good game, but they just made these boneheaded choices that just really take away from it. And it just makes me sad, man. Like, I really wish I could get behind this 100%. I mean, I'm still playing it. I haven't completely quit it, but like every time I get to the end of a long run and I get knocked back to zero, I'm like, man, this is not a good feeling. Like, and I play every roguelike, dude. I'm Mr. Roguelike.
You are Mr. Roguelike.
It's not like I'm unfamiliar with the genre. I just feel like these guys are intentionally ignoring stuff that has already been established. For what reason? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
So,
moving on, but I did
on.
enjoy the debate, and I like debating, so I'm a big fan of it. But my point is very simple. I think my point is similar to yours and a lot of other people. Is that what am I doing this for, and why is there no save?
Yeah. All right. So that is Returnal. I may talk about it again, maybe not. We'll see what happens. So. Boy, we have taken up a lot of time on the show with just.
I know it's a full podcast.
We're basically at a full podcast. I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of stuff left on the docket. Maybe we should cut some of this stuff for next week. What do you think?
Let's just move and see where we're at, and let's start with one game and then just take it from there.
All right, we have a bunch of Xbox demos. Last week was the Xbox Summer Game Fest demo event. They dropped, I think, like 40-ish demos. It was real hard to find them. They didn't do a good job of surfacing those on the Xbox
No, they
homepage.
didn't.
It was really tough. And in fact, somebody told me that Major Nelson put out a tweet saying if you want to find these demos, you have to go to the search bar and search for ID at Xbox. That's real bad marketing. Like, you don't want people to have to go to a search bar to find the thing that you're trying to pimp that week. So thumbs down to whoever it is at Microsoft decided to bury that stuff in the menus. That was a real bad choice.
Yeah.
But the game demos, I mean, I don't know about you, dude, but like most of them, pretty awesome.
Pretty great. I didn't play as many as you because I kind of focused on like 5 and then just played like the shit out of them. Like I try to like finish a lot of them. So I did finish a couple, and so I can talk about a few. But I know you played more than me, I think.
I played almost all of them, and most of them I think were really, really excellent. It was a very strong showing this year. But why don't you kick us off? Why don't you give us a couple that you really liked, and we'll talk about it.
Well, the first one I really, really liked, and I didn't think I would like it as much because I played a demo of it at PAX, to call back to the PAX, is Tunic.
Tunic, yes.
Yeah, and I played it, I don't know, 2-3 years ago at PAX, I believe.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
It's been around for a while. And it's basically like Zelda, but you're a fox, and Legend of Zelda Link to the Past style.
The top-down style.
Top-down style. And then it's got like what people are saying, a Souls-like feel to it, and the fact that it's difficult. It's not just as easy as hacking and slashing and cutting all the weeds down, but it's also, I think, much less difficult than a Souls game, which I was excited about because the art and aesthetic is beautiful. They even have like the pause menu is like an old school Nintendo like booklet, which looks really cool. And I just loved it. I like really liked it a lot more than I thought. I kind of understood the systems, which is essentially, there's certain monsters that are much more difficult, like in a Souls game. And if you don't have like a better weapon, then just probably don't fuck with them. But they don't just come over to you and kill you immediately. It's like like a Zelda game, you have the choice of this huge overworld, right? And you can decide, you could see those monsters on the map and go like, oh, I'm not going to go fuck with them. But then at some point you get a better weapon and you can. And it just felt like I was leveling up at a good pace. So I never felt like, oh man, I'm just going to keep dying at this spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you feel the same way? You played it, right?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, basically just ditto. I like the way it looks. I think it had a good... I mean, I don't know that I would even call it a Souls-like. I think it just has combat. And I think we're kind of relying on Souls-like too often these days. I think we got to be more selective.
But I just meant like it gets difficult and then you like can lose your shit too.
No, I mean, and you're not even remotely the first person to call it a Souls-like game.
Right.
So I'm not trying to rag on you. I mean, everybody that says Tunic in the same breath says Souls-like. And I don't know that it is really, but I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. It's definitely going to be one that I am going to check out for sure.
Yeah, I am too. We both played Lake, right?
Yes.
And that was kind of relaxing, and it felt like what I always say. It sounds like Life is Strange, kind of, where you're kind of finding out about characters in a town, but you're delivering mail to them in a mail truck. And it was a little buggy for me, but not the finished version. I don't know. It was relaxing for me. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely super excited about this one. I mean, the idea of playing a lady going to get away from her bustling city life and taking over her dad's mail route for like a month or something around this lake. Super interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing like just meeting people in the town. No focus on combat, although that would be like amazing if she like pulled out a gun and started shooting people at some point. Oh jeez. Doing like bullet time, like leaping. No, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I'm just joking. I think it would be really cool just to talk to people and just do your mail route. I think there's some peace to be found in regularity and routine. So I'm really curious. I love games that kind of do something different, and we often talk about wanting to have an RPG set in the real world. I don't know if this is an RPG. It's not really an RPG.
It's not.
It's a story-based game.
It's a story-based,
but just the real setting of like, I'm driving a mail truck and I'm delivering mail and nothing crazy is happening today and there's no monsters and no aliens and no zombies. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool change of pace. So I'm definitely looking forward to this.
I'm very much too. But no offense to the developers, because I like this game. We're both going to probably buy it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But in the demo, I did get stuck because I drove the mail truck like, I don't know, too close to the store and I got out. And by the way, technology works for me, not like you. But I also find every bug. So I must have some other bug energy with games, because I do find every bug. And so I get out of the mail truck that I could park too close to the store, and this is crazy. This is a third-person game, right? You can see your little character. I got stuck in first person. I was like, wait, how can I move in first person? I don't think that's supposed to be a thing. And I couldn't get out of it. And the only way I got out of it was by getting to the mail truck again and going and getting a package out. And then it put me back into third person.
Ah, that is funny. Clearly they need a little bit of work, which is fine.
Yeah, it's a demo.
Clean up that demo, get that thing in polished, good shape. I'm all about it. As soon as it comes out, I'm putting my money down.
The only other main one I played, I Death Trash, which we talked about last week,
Love
which
Death
I
Trash. That's my
loved,
favorite of the whole bunch.
and I played longer than you because I got to parts that I won't tell you about, and I really played the shit out of that demo. I kept wanting to stop, but then I went back to it because it's just really fun to play.
It's really good. It's really
It's
good.
really, really fun. I can't talk enough about it, highly enough about it. And then the other one I played for a very long time, and I might have beaten it. I don't know. I got really close to the ending of it. Is Sable.
I'm so mad. I wanted to play this one so much, and it just slipped my mind.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, I'm so bummed. That was one that I was really looking forward to.
So essentially, it feels like a Journey, the game
Okay.
Journey, if you played
Okay.
that. It's cell shaded, kind of line drawing style. Very, very simple, very, very few color palette. And you play as a character who's in this kind of deserty area who has a little town, and you're kind of like talking to them about stuff. And it just feels like a nice little, almost meditative as well, because you're like in this little town in this middle of the nowhere, and the tasks you have to do are so kind of like far apart. And so you get a little bike, and you have a kind of a what is it called?
It's like a little speeder bike from Star
speeder
Wars.
bike. Yeah, exactly. And it takes some time to get used to how to ride that too, which is interesting. And basically, you're trying to like go to different little temples, and I don't want to spoil things, but you find stuff almost like a Tomb Raider-y type game, and there's like some puzzles in the environment, but everything feels like floaty. But it's good that it's floaty, and I don't really want to spoil too much. It just feels really good, and it's an exploratory game. It kind of reminded me of No Man's Sky in a way.
Oh, okay.
And the
Okay,
fact that
interesting.
like it's such a vast, like at least the place I was in was so vast and huge. And then when I got to temples, like they seemed really big, and yeah, it was just really relaxing and fun. And I think I'll buy it. I really liked it.
I am bummed because I've been looking forward to this one for a long time, and I just got busy and one thing after another, and then it wasn't until you brought it up pre-show that I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot to play that demo. So that sucks. But I'm glad you liked it a lot. I'm very much looking forward to it. I've had my eye on it for a while now.
Yeah.
There's been demos and videos. I mean, at least a couple years it feels like. So I feel like I've seen this one for quite some time. Can't wait to give it a shot.
I will say one, slightly negative thing, because again, it's a demo. But when, like I said, it takes a minute to drive, learn how to ride that bike. I think they're going to fix some stuff with the camera, because I can already hear you like yelling about it. Because like I can kind of like lots of times difference between us is like I'll just like adjust to like something, and then you'll be like, it shouldn't be this way. I think that's our dynamic.
That's a pretty good. In fact, I
Yeah.
thought it was talking for a minute there.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I just dealt with it, and you're like, it should not be this way, Carlos.
It's so weird to hear my own voice reflected back in his head.
I know,
It's
and you're
strange.
much more raspy than you probably remember. But anyways, yeah, they had some work to do with the camera. Once you get on that bike, it like changes, and it's probably not for the better. So
Okay.
well, you played more than me. What's the other standouts for you?
I really liked Princess Farmer. I've seen this one for a little while now. It's kind of like kind of like a Tetris. Not even really like a Tetris. It's like, imagine Tetris, but instead of blocks falling down, excuse me, you are a farmer standing on top of the box, right? And so you're looking down on the. Okay, I am not explaining this at all.
It looks
Imagine
like Tetris. Tetris in the ground.
It looks like Tetris, yes, but it's happening in the ground.
In the ground.
Underground, and all the blocks are vegetables. So what happens is you pull up vegetables and you hold them in your hand, and that moves the stack that's underneath you. So you're trying to get like match threes, right? So like you're like, oh, here's 2 carrots, but there's like a potato. You pick up some carrots from the other side of the board, walk over to that row, and if you plant them, it pushes down all the vegetables. So like the entire stack of vegetables moves down, and then you can make a match. And then you like pull up vegetables and replant them to kind of make matches. There's also a cute story. I think it's also a pretty queer friendly game. I believe it's queer forward developers who are making it. I don't know the name of them off the top of my head, but it looks real cute. I think it's a really good spin on a Tetris style game. I can't say that I've ever played anything quite like it. So that was pretty interesting.
Cool.
That one is good. What else to play? Oh, one that I really liked a lot was the Rift Breaker. This is put out by a team, and I knew that I was going to forget their name. The last game they put out was amazing. It was one of the best I've ever played in the genre of active tower defense. And gosh darn it, I totally can't remember what it's called.
I'll look it up.
It had a super generic name, which was the bad thing, because like the title was so generic, I forget it. but the game was phenomenal, like really, really good. So the Rift Breaker is a brand new game, not related to the last one, where you are a woman in a mech suit and you get warped into like a new planet, and you are harvesting resources, killing the local wildlife, and basically just setting up the Earthling, MO of despoiling the natural environment to to take over. But I think that the story is going to be ultimately that maybe you don't agree with that. I think you're going to have some problems once you start realizing you're ruining this new world. But story aside, the mechanics of it are very interesting. Like you're running around in this big mech suit. You're setting up perimeter defenses. You're setting up like little mines to gather resources. You're setting up defenses and stuff like that. I think that's all really good. And it's also, again, active tower defense where the thing about that is you actually have a way to interact with things and to defend yourself, right? So like their previous game, do you know what it is?
Oh yeah. Is it X Morph?
Yes, X Morph. Oh my
X
god,
Morph.
terrible title, but that game was fucking amazing. So good.
Hmm.
Like tower defense is not a genre that I like, but when you have active tower defense, meaning that you have a character that can run around the map as things are happening, that is a great formula. And this is like another iteration on that.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
really looking forward to getting this like kind of like a setting up a base in the new world while you also have a mech suit, being able to run around and fight things while your towers are defending. That seems to me like a really good formula, and they did so good in their last game. I'm gonna play this. Like, take my money now because like you guys did such a good job last time. I know this is gonna be good. There's no way this can't be good.
Okay, wait, hold on. So first off, just like you didn't get to play Sable, I'm mad that I get to play this because I like very few tower defense games. But like you said, if you give me a character where I
Yep.
can move around the battlefield, I'm kind of in. Also, they're calling this one an RPG, which means they're probably doing some sort of progression with your character,
Which would be cool.
which is cool. And also, they made Zombie Driver, which I had a fun time with.
I've never played Zombie Driver. Is it
Oh
pretty
my
fun?
goodness, you haven't played Zombie Driver.
I have never
you
played
should
Zombie Driver.
you should play zombie. I mean, just driving a car around and killing a ton of zombies. It's
Okay.
like it's almost like a GTA style, right? Like top down, old school GTA 1 or 2. You know?
Okay.
Wait, is it GTA 1 and 2 both top down?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So, anyways, it's just that you're driving a car and like just with putting more and more weapons on it and just destroying tons of zombies and stuff. It's really fun.
All right. Right
Okay,
on,
well
right
that's cool. Anything else?
yeah, we got a couple more here. Black Book is actually one that I kickstarted a while ago, so I was kind of surprised to see it show up in this demo array. But I'm glad to see that they've come along. It's coming from like one of those Eastern European countries. They're using their own countries like mythology. It's like Eastern stuff that I'm not really familiar with. Eastern European stuff, I should say. You play a girl who is like a witch, or she wants to be a witch. And so her grandfather's like, yeah, you should be a witch. We're going to go to the crossroads at midnight and we're going to hook you up with Satan and we're going to get you some powers. And they do, which is kind of
Whoa.
weird because it doesn't usually happen that way in Western games, right? So she full on like sells her soul to the devil, becomes a witch. She's not mad about it. She's like, she thinks it's all good. She comes back and it's kind of it's a turn-based deck building RPG where your spells are your cards, but there's like a world you walk around in. You talk to people, take their side quests, help them out with whatever. The graphics are really cool and like dark and scary, a little bit further than I think you would see from Western artists. It's very edgy and interesting. The combat system seems pretty fun so far. The only one thing that I will say about it, one thing I noticed was that I don't know if they're going to be doing a very good job with the localization. And what I mean by that is 99.9% of American players or Western players are not familiar with this mythology that they are alluding to. And as I was playing the game, there were a lot of words where I'm like, I don't know what that word means. And you
Right.
assume that I know what it means. I totally don't know what it means. Also, there were some challenges that came up where it's like, hey, test your witch knowledge when someone gets sick in the town and they have a purple circle under their left eye. What does that mean?
Oh, I got
I'm
it.
like,
It means possession. Possession.
I mean, it means you forgot to feed your chickens.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they were asking questions where I'm like, okay, whoa, like there's no possible way I would know this. So I'm hoping that they take that into account because otherwise, I feel like that lack of cultural knowledge is going to be a little bit of a barrier to players who are not from their particular country. But other than that, like graphics look great. The tone of it is like really dark and evil, and it feels pretty awesome. The concept is pretty cool. So I'm definitely in. I just like I'm a little bit concerned that they're not gonna localize enough. So we'll see.
Right, wait, hold on. On that, real quick, on that note, I
Yeah,
just looked it
yeah.
up, and it says the narrative is based on Balichak's. Oh, hold on, I gotta do this right. Balichak. Nope.
Nope.
Balichas. Nope. Hold on. Balichakska. I can't do it. What's
I
CH
don't
and
even
then
know what you're.
okay,
I don't
just
know what
do
you're saying.
CH and KAS together. Chikas. So
What country is it
Balichikas.
from?
It's
Did
from
it
Russia.
say?
It's Russian.
Oh,
So
it's Russian.
it's
Okay.
based on Russian short stories that are allegedly true events of meeting spirits and demons.
Ooh, even better. I love when they get a little bit of that reality
Yeah.
peppered in there. That's pretty good.
And they're called Hypertrain Digital. All right.
Yes, yeah, they put out some good stuff. I played some of their other games. They put out games that really appeal to my particular sensibilities. So I'm excited. I'm excited. A couple of the quick ones here. Justice Sucks Recharged. This is one where you play a AI Roomba going around. It seems like it's gonna be dumb. With all due respect to the developer, but like once I started playing it, I could not stop laughing. It was so over the top, like bloody and ridiculous.
All
And
right.
what you end up doing is you're a Roomba, and you can, you're small and kind of defenseless, so you kind of trigger other smart devices in the house to like attack people who enter your house. So like burglars break in, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna hit the super freeze on the fridge, and it's gonna freeze the guy as he's walking by the fridge, or I'm gonna short circuit the TV, and it's gonna explode on him, and it's gonna hurt him real bad. And like you kind of do that stuff. So it's a little bit stealth because you're hiding. You don't want them to smash your little Roomba body, but you're also killing dudes, and it was just really like over the top and really funny.
That seems fun.
The Eternal Cylinder came out. Very excited for this one. Ali Arkhani, one of the guys who writes for us at Game Critics, I think he's out of Iran. He loved this game, and he was just raving about it. There's a preview up at GameCritics.com. I was surprised to see it here, and I played it. I think it's great. I think he was dead on. There's this you play these little alien guys, and there's a giant cylinder which is crushing your entire world, and it's chasing you all the time. You have to run away from it, and if you don't run away, it's going to crush you.
I saw
So like,
I saw this somewhere. I don't know where. I saw a preview of this.
yeah. So like, there are things you can do to pause the cylinder to like, kind of give you a little bit of breathing room, but you can't ever like fully stop it.
Yeah.
So like, you got to pause it, run around and do some stuff with your little alien buddies. You're like finding items, you're eating things. You can morph your body into like you eat something and you'll grow like flippers, or you eat something else and you'll grow like electric hair, or you can change your abilities depending on the stuff you eat. And while you're doing that, the cylinder is like building up energy, and then it comes back and it keeps rolling at you. It's really crazy to see that cylinder. It sounds weird and maybe not too impressive, but when you see it in the game, you're like, wow, that looks scary as fuck, and I need to get away from that like ASAP. Very cool. I'm very much looking forward to that one. That one seems like super, super interesting. I got two more really quickly. Death Trap Dungeon, The Golden Room, FMV game for us. I was
it's the
excited.
remaster of it or something, right?
I don't
Or is
know.
it
I
a
think
new
it's a
one?
brand new one. I think it's a brand new one. I've never seen this
Oh.
before. It's basically you are a person in a dungeon, and these are based on the Death Trap Dungeon books by Ian Livingstone, I believe it is. And you just like watch some FMV, then you make your choices. The production quality was actually pretty good, but it seemed like interactivity was pretty low. I felt like I was watching too long for how many choices I was doing. Again, it's a small section. It's a demo. Maybe the whole thing will be a little bit better. But also the bummer thing was like when I made a bad choice and died, I went back pretty far, and I'm like, I don't actually want to redo like all this stuff. I just want to go back to like maybe like 20 seconds ago, not a minute ago.
Yeah.
So question marks on that one, but I know that you and I both like the FMV games, so maybe it's worth a look. We'll see.
I know we keep trying to find like the one that's going to be our new.
Yeah.
And by the way, Eddie Marson's in it, who's doing the narration, and he's been in a bunch of movies.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Gonna keep my eye on that one. The last one I'll give a call out to is Echo Generation. This is a top-down voxel RPG based in the 80s, and it's simplified. There are some systems, there's leveling up, there's abilities to unlock, but it doesn't feel like super stat heavy or crazy. Like, it's pretty approachable. Probably a lot of kids could probably play it, although they won't get all the 80s references. But it's really cool. Like, you are this guy in this small neighborhood. You can run around the neighborhood. You find items. You talk to people. You take your side quests. But everything is like really wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Lots of like 80s references in there. You eventually get your sister to go along with you, so you go on this like little kid-based adventure. But there's people who are getting killed in your town, and you got to find out what's going on. Things take a little bit of a dark turn at the end of the demo. It just seemed really well put together, like very light and free-flowing, pretty breezy. Like, I never got stuck for too long, which was good. I didn't feel like the combat was too heavy. It's not something for like RPG vets who want like something really crunchy to get into. But if you like the 80s, like that vibe, it kind of feels a little bit like Stranger Things maybe. Or maybe, like mystery in the town that kids solve that was like so big in the 80s and 90s, like that whole vibe,
Or maybe Earthbound. I'm like, how are you not saying that this whole
Because I
time?
haven't played Earthbound, so I don't use that as a
Oh, I keep
touchstone, right?
forgetting. This is the
Yeah.
worst thing that you've ever
They need to make it available on the
acknowledged to me.
Switch. Maybe I would play it on the Switch, but I don't believe you can play it on the Switch, can you?
Wait, if you can't play it on the Switch, that's a crime against humanity.
I feel like you cannot play it on the Switch. I mean,
I'll
I'm
do
not
my research.
confirming that.
This
We're going to find out.
this seems like that style of game though, and that seems like right up my
It
alley.
is, and that's why I was going to say this seems right up your alley. I was going to totally recommend this to you.
Wait, but it's not out yet. That was a demo that's not.
No, but keep your eye
available.
on it. Put it on your radar, maybe wishlist it or something. Put it on your pre-order, watch list or whatever you got. But I think this one seems to me like a very Carlos game.
Wait, what was the name of it again? I forgot the name already.
Echo Generation.
Echo Generation. Writing it down. Also, Nintendo would rather re-release Spanky's Quest than Earthbound. That's like an article I just read. What is wrong with them? What the?
I just don't think I've never had an opportunity to play it. I remember back in the day, you're poor.
Goodness.
You've only got enough money to buy one game every 6 months, or at least I did, and I bought Final Fantasy 2 instead of Earthbound, which, valid choice. But I never got around to Earthbound, and I don't know why they haven't released it. There's been multiple consoles they could have released it on, and they haven't.
Tangent. I'm mad.
Oh no.
I'm just looking at this article. This is the other reason. Like last episode, for the long timers who actually listen to all of our episodes will remember this. I said that I had a real big problem with Nintendo, and you got sad or mad, probably both.
Sad, mad, yes. Both.
Yeah. There's another reason why I am fucking over them for right now. I really just don't care. It's not on my radar for gaming because they do shit like this. Ness is in Smash Brothers. This is one of the most beloved games by their fans, Nintendo fans. Yeah. There's no reason that it's not on their fucking store. That's insanity to me.
And you would think at least with all the fans, they would do a remaster or a remake or something. It seems like money left on the table.
It's so much money left on the table because me and everybody listening who knows that the love and passion they have for Earthbound, they will spend oogats of money. Going back to Ugats.
I love that. Yeah.
I do a lot of callbacks nowadays.
Working
on these comedy sketches. So they would spend Ugats of money on any fucking thing you gave them. Are you kidding me? Brad Galloway, listen up. Earthbound, this is a fictitious thing. Nintendo announces Earthbound Gold Edition. Comes with the book, right? Remember the original book?
Oh, yeah.
Comes with a fucking book. Comes with a NES Amiibo, whatever the fuck it is.
Sure.
$700, whatever. Everybody will buy it. So,
oh yeah, you'll be sold out in an hour.
You guys are fucking dumb. That's just straight up. I'm saying it right now. Nintendo right now, you make some dumb ass decisions, and that's I'm done with the tangent. Oh,
we agree on this. I think it's beyond the pale that they haven't brought that. That's one of the most requested games. People ask for it all the time, and I think there's also a sequel people are asking for.
3. I've been waiting for. We've all been waiting for 3 forever.
Yeah, it makes no sense that they just will not bring this over, even in its original form, even on that that SNES thing they have on Switch.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You just release it on the SNES thing. But here's the thing. What they should do, and this is the last thing I'll say, Complete Edition, release Mother 1, 2, and 3. Because Mother 1 had some differences than Earthbound. If you're not familiar, Mother 1 was essentially Earthbound, but on the Nintendo. So the graphics were less, and they didn't do all the same type of quests as Earthbound. But Earthbound is essentially like a remaster of Mother 1. So they should easily just put down Mother 1, Mother 2, which is Earthbound, and Mother 3, which we never got, and release that as a collection. Oh, my goodness.
It would sell like hotcakes. I've never played Earthbound, and even I know that thing would sell like bananas. So
tangent over. Okay, let's move on. Are we done?
Move on.
Okay.
We are done with the Xbox demos. It was a great festival.
Was great.
Good selection. Xbox, get your shit together, and please surface that stuff properly next time. I feel like a lot of these demos, people didn't even know were there, which is a shame.
And also, how about this? PlayStation, let's get your demo game up a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
Let's move that up.
Let's make it happen.
Because obviously there's a Summer Game Fest. There's all these types of events and PAX is coming up. Do a showcase like Xbox did, because I played the shit out of 5 games, right? And I rarely do that with demos. But A, they picked a bunch of great games, and B, they made the demos pretty long. So, yeah, I like what they did. I hope PlayStation does the same.
Excellent. All right, let's move on. Let's see here. Carlos, Minute of Islands. You want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah. Let's both talk about that because we both are playing it.
Yep.
And then I'll talk about maybe Ratchet Clank, and maybe you play one more game, and then we're out.
Yeah, we can probably make that happen.
I don't know. I'm just trying to I'm getting ahead of myself. Minute of Islands. It was on my radar a long time ago because of the art style. I saw some sort of preview. I'm a sucker for really cool. We both love art style, but I do like the
Absolutely.
kind of cartoony animated look as well. And 2D. It's a 2D side-scrolling adventure game. And yeah, I guess this is the no. We're playing the full game. Yeah,
It is a full game, yes.
yeah. I'm wondering if there's a demo out for it right now or not. I forgot.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we bought the game, or I don't know if you got a code, but I bought the game and
Yes.
was very excited about it. And I guess I'm lukewarm on it. There's parts that I like and parts that I don't. You play as a girl character, and the animation is very, very simple, but I like it. And you basically are going to. This story is pretty convoluted. You're in this world where you have brothers who are these huge giants, and that's just a thing. And there's a lot of stuff like that in this game where you're like, oh, well, then that's also just a thing. And you kind of go around these different lands with this little special staff that you have that has powers for reasons. And you're trying to restart generators to help your brothers, in quotes.
They're not actually your brothers. They just work with you.
Okay. But they're these huge golem-y type things, right?
Yeah. They are brothers to themselves, but they are
they're
not
your
brother.
brother. Okay, got it.
There you go.
Anyway, so you're trying to help them by restarting these machines to get rid of this disease that's all over the place, which are like spores.
Yes.
And then like each little world area, you go and like turn these machines on, and that like cleans up the spores. And all the while, you're like looking at the devastation that these spores have done. And like we didn't mention, but at the beginning of this game, they say, trigger warning for people with, issues with anxiety and trauma and depression, because that's a part of this game as well. But what's interesting, and I'd love to hear your take on it, is it's very subtle how they layer that stuff into this game, where a good example is as you're walking through this world, you see a lot of death. And there's these cute little characters, like little... In other games,
bunnies and stuff,
the bunny
chickens,
things with antlers, you're like, in any other game, that would just be adorable. But they're like slowly dying. And I shouldn't laugh. It's like horrific. You see dead ones, you see ones that are about to die. And then later on in another stage, you see whales that have like literally grossly died. So I think they pepper in this kind of like sadness throughout the whole game. You probably played further than me, I'm guessing, but I don't know what end that is. But in general, the gameplay loop is go to area, navigate area, look at really fun stuff on the screen, and then, fix puzzle or something. But so my lukewarm is that I kind of got bored with the process, but I was interested in the story. Your thoughts?
I ended up finishing it, so I did finish the entire game.
Okay.
I really like this game a lot. I like the art style. I like the concept. It is a very unusual title in that you think it's going to be one thing, but as you start playing, like you said, like a lot of these elements come in that there are like these giants under the earth, and you are living in the middle of a fungal apocalypse, and these giants are powering machines that keep you guys safe, and you're the only person that can fix what's gone wrong. I mean, there's a lot of stuff layered in there that is kind of like big ideas, big concepts, and there's not a lot of like explanation. Just like you said, like you just have to accept it for what it is, and it's really... To me, anyway, I feel like the story is ultimately about the main character. Her name is Mo, and it's kind of like just her internal journey. I have some questions about how it all ended up, and I was actually thinking of maybe asking the developers about it. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I will say that I do totally get where you're coming from in terms of like, it seems like you know what the formula is going to be, and it seems like if that's just what you're going to do for the rest of the game, that'll be boring. I will say, though, that they do change the formula. Like, things happen that will change your expectations. It doesn't play out exactly like the way you think it's going to play out. That said, I do think they could have gotten rid of some of the dream sequences. I don't know if you saw many of the dream sequences, but they're kind of cool the first time, but then they kind of do them like maybe one or two times too many. And they're short. They're like maybe like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. It's not a huge offense. But those I felt like didn't really add a lot to the gameplay experience.
Well, let me talk to that for a minute, because I went to one where it was underwater or something, right?
Yes.
And so that, along with, I mean, I really want to like this game. Okay, I want to put that out there. But that happened at a time where I was just trying to piece together some other narrative they were throwing at me. And again, like you said, they don't really handhold you at all with lots of stuff. They're like, this is just how it is. Like, this is a place where this wine is. And why is it wine? And why is this person have it? And why is that person my uncle, and just things that you're trying to piece together. And then that dream sequence happened, and that felt like a non sequitur. And then I was
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
well, but that didn't really help me anything, and it made me more confused. So I kept getting that, and then I got to the whale island, and I got more confused. So yeah, I should probably finish it because it's a short game, and I will, to see what that kind of end piece is. I have a sneaking suspicion they're not telling you everything, even at the end, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not about like giving you answers, and that's not even really what the game is about. Like I think the game is really more of like a tone piece
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
you're kind of just getting the feeling of like what does it feel like to be in the middle of all this devastation? What does it feel like to be the one person who can solve this problem, but you've got your problems of your own, right? And the other thing, part that really comes up is like um, the fungus that you are dealing with has killed a lot of people, and it may even be affecting you. Like we're not even really sure if you are a reliable narrator or not. Like your thoughts may not even be your own. And I don't want to spoil too much about this, but I do think it's important to bring it up that like ultimately I think this is about the main character's internal journey with herself. You know, how does she fit in with this system of the giants and the machines and stuff, but also how does she fit in with the people who live on these islands? Like their relationship has definitely taken some turns, and there are some parallels, not only to that in real life, but also to COVID too. Like I feel like it's kind of a really timely game in the sense that COVID is a thing in our world, the fungus is a thing in their world. Everybody's wearing a mask in our world. Everybody wears a mask in their world, except for your main
That's
character. So what
right.
does that
That's
mean?
right.
Why is she the only person who doesn't wear a mask? What does that mean? So I think I get what you're saying, right? And I feel like it's not really about the specifics of the world, but more about like what does it feel like to stand in a graveyard of animals and to be the only thing left alive, and what does it feel
Right.
like to get lost on this island and know that everything is on your shoulders, and what happens when other people have problems with you, or how do you solve your problems when no one's helping you, and that kind of a thing. So I get what you're saying for sure, and I do definitely agree that it seems like you're going to be in for a very boring, straightforward kind of mechanical, like the puzzles are pretty easy and that kind of thing. But I think ultimately it's just about the feeling of tone and mood, and it really worked for me. I really liked it a lot. I will say the ending didn't quite pop for me the way I was hoping it would have, but overall I really really enjoyed my time with it. It's probably one of my favorite experiences of this year so far. It really
Wow, that's
really
high
connected with
praise.
me. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really liked it.
and to add to your thing though, the thing I did feel, which I'm feeling more and more, and that's why I will finish it, is that it definitely had that kind of Lynch feel, where like David Lynch, where it's similar to what you just said. It's like it's a tone, and obviously David Lynch is not going to tell you what the movie means. You know, he never wants to tell you what the movie means. You're supposed to just kind of feel what you feel from it, and that's it. So I feel like I
Yes,
was getting a
yes,
lot of that as well. Like
yes.
I started feeling like, wait, I feel gross about something, or I feel, nervous for something. And like, yeah, at some point she's like, I don't need to wear a mask. And I was like, maybe you should. You're
Maybe
coughing.
you should put that mask on,
Yeah.
lady.
I mean, she literally coughs and hits her chest as like a little animation. I was like, oh, that's not a good
Yeah,
sign. But
yeah.
it is that kind of feel. Like when I was walking through like dead whales, that's just a feeling. Like there's no action to do, with the
Yeah, you don't
game.
find like a gem in the middle of a whale, or you're not chopping off a piece to use it for resources. It's just you're just there, like you're
Just
just
there,
taking it
yeah.
all in. Yeah,
So
yeah.
again, to its credit, it really is that. But to counterpoint my own additive, counterpoint my own point is that
Counterpoint your point.
to do that, but then the playability, that game loop still has to have some sort of interesting engagement. And I feel like if this game was just a different style of game, I might have been even more into it. But for some reason, I got tripped up on like what fucking platform to walk down on. And that was a problem for me because
Right,
like
the way the game is presented in 2D, it can be sometimes hard to tell like what's background and what's
it's
foreground, for
navigating a
sure.
painting. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you're looking
yeah,
at a
yeah.
painting, which is awesome, but you're like, how the fuck do I get down there again? And that frustrated me more times than I thought it would. Like literally, I had to put it down for one night because I was like, oh, I don't know where to go. Like I can't even get up there. Like I don't.
Yeah.
So that I think you know what I'm saying. Like that, the two feelings of this game are a little bit at odds with me because I love the feeling of tone. So I will finish it, but I think that we're
It,
both saying yes to this game.
yeah, it's definitely a yes. I mean, it's not perfect for sure. I agree with everything you said for sure. But I just was really into the tone and the mystery and the mood of the whole thing. I think it hit some really, really good emotional moments.
Yeah.
Some really good just bits here and there, and I feel like it's so weird and different in terms of sensibility to most stuff. I guarantee you, it's not. It doesn't go places that you think it's going to go. I guarantee you, stuff is going to happen that you're not expecting.
All right.
So that's pretty cool, and I like it for that too. So definitely, A thumbs up for me for sure.
I'll revisit it.
All right, that is Minute of Islands. I believe it's on every platform in the world right now. Carlos, talk to me a minute about Dark Alliance. I know that you were pretty hyped for this. I know a lot of people were excited about this. We went into like a half an hour rabbit hole on one of the previous episodes trying to figure out if it was related to the original Baldur's Gate stuff.
Yeah.
We did some Googling in real time. It was very exciting. We did our detective work. So it's out now. It's on Game Pass. I haven't downloaded it because I got my hands full, but I know it's available. You spent some time with Dark Alliance. Tell us, I mean, what happened? What is it all about? What's it like?
Wow, this game. I have no notes for this, but it's all off the top of my head because I just been playing it for the last 2 days.
Freestyle it, brother. Do it.
Yeah. Man, I don't.
You don't sound excited at all.
Well, I'm like getting my thoughts together. I think that I don't like it, but there are some really interesting things, and I did play it for longer than I thought I would. So this game is meant to be straight up developed to be a co-op experience, like a multiplayer D&D.
Like it should be a co-op thing.
Yeah. This is what it's made for. Because as I'm playing it single player, like I'm just noticing all these little, accoutrements. Is that how you say that?
I think the French say it like that.
Yeah. Like little details that are totally tailored to multiplayer. Jumping ahead real quick. Say you beat an area. It has like a tally up screen. Like, let's see what you got from all that. Which is kind of, again, I don't like, very gamey. And it's each one of your, like, almost remember Gauntlet?
Yes,
each one of the little screens in the, is like a character, tally screen. And it's like, oh, it's just me tallying up my XP and all the things that I did because there's no other people in my party. So that felt like, oh, yeah, they made this game for a bunch of people to play.
Do you feel like the difficulty is scaled toward a group? Like, are you struggling because you're all by yourself?
We'll talk about that. I don't think so fully, but in places it is. So the game itself is third person, close to the character style, right? So not far away, but close to the character.
Kind of behind the back sort of thing?
Yeah. A little closer. Not God of War, but almost.
Okay.
Which is an interesting choice. And it's an action RPG, but mainly it's just an action game. It feels like, I think they made a 3D Gauntlet. So it feels like that. Like,
all right,
you're upgrading at the end of, runs, essentially. Like, you do this long kind of mission. At the end, you get this fucking bullshit tally screen, which I hate. And it feels very arcadey lots of times. But then again, I picked the Barbarian, of course. And I'm swinging my two-handed weapon. I'm doing my special moves. It's feeling somewhat like an action RPG and not just too arcadey. And I did like a lot of the dialogue that some of the monsters were saying. There were kind of some smart humor in it. But essentially, the whole game feels like almost Outriders-y, where like you know what the loot is, you know what the points that you're trying to collect for a fucking upgrade when you get back to camp. It's more of that kind of a game than an RPG, which is shitty to me. Like, I don't like that. So I was almost already getting ready to bounce. But the loop felt good enough where I was like actually feeling good about, the attacks that I was doing. But then again, as you're going through this whole mission, they're like broken up into like different stages. And one stage could be, let's say, 15, 20 minutes long. And then there's a boss at the end. And in that 15, 20 minutes, you're taking out minions, right? So it's like fun. It's like pretty easy. But then you're getting resources, and I'm like, oh, I know I'm going to use those for fucking upgrading something, looter shooter style.
Right.
And then there's another, I don't want to call it Souls-like. We're not supposed to say that. But there's a part where you get to, like, you've beaten enough monsters that say you can build a camp and rest, or you can just go for better loot. And that just makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Like, that idea in a game, I vomit. Like, I just sometimes projectile vomit when I see that.
So is it kind of like a risk-reward thing? Like push on
thing.
If you want better stuff, or you can pause here and you're going to not get the good tier of
Exactly.
stuff.
And it has no place in this style of an RPG, in my opinion.
Okay.
But every time I rested, because you get to refill your health potions, right? So I was like, it's already hard enough. I'm a one person here. I'm just going to do that. So I didn't, get better loot or whatever. But then it also respawns enemies.
Oh, okay.
And you go,
gotcha.
you go, what was it we were saying earlier? Like Returnal? Like you go, to what end? Like, what you doing that for, Dark Alliance? Is it because I'm supposed to have 4 people with me or 3 people with me? and then we want to go back and like I don't know, grind or
Just
something.
grind some more. Yeah, yeah.
It's dumb as shit. Like there's like no reason to do that. So I goes, okay, whatever. But it only respawns the enemies like you've already passed, right? So as long as you don't go back, you're probably fine.
Okay.
Anyways, long story short, I get to the first boss and I died pretty badly because again he had like a lot of hit points, and yes, the bosses seem geared towards having multiple players, but they respawn you when you die. But the first time I got respawned, I didn't have any of my health potions, and I go, well, I'm turning this game off. Like
Oh, weird.
yeah, I'll
Like
never.
you used them up and it didn't respawn.
Yeah,
It didn't restock them when you came back.
yeah, it did. Now,
Okay.
here's what happened. I went back and, you put games down like a roguelike and you went
Sure.
back and I had a much better, in quotes, run the second time. And I got to the boss and I don't know, I just had better maybe gear or something and I beat him. And then the next time I went through another campaign or whatever, I got to those bosses. I died. They did respawn my health potions. So
Weird.
I don't know
Maybe it
if
was a
that was a
bug?
bug. Yeah, maybe a bug, let's say. So, and by the way, there was also like a lot of graphical bugs in this game, and it's out. So they're like, characters going through walls and weird shit. So there was also some bugs there. So there's a lot to not like about it, but it was kind of fun with the loop because I got kind of sucked into their bullshit loop really, which is like upgrade your shit and you go back to camp, whatever. So I had some fun with it. The second boss I beat pretty handily, and I started feeling good about myself. And the third boss I didn't. And again, way too many health bars, right? Like for what reason? Just because if you're going to make this a multiplayer game with super big health bars, then just say it's multiplayer only.
Or just scale it, man. Just scale
Or
it down.
scale it. You're right.
Yeah.
Or scale it. And I just don't feel like scaled it enough. Even though I did beat that second boss with some good gear, I just don't like this type of game. And I heard another reviewer say that where like it's trying to do two things at once, similar to another game. It's trying to be an RPG with the fucking D&D license on it. Be careful. Don't,
Right.
I mean, that's like
It's like the original RPG, man.
Yeah, so it's not a fucking D&D game at all. I don't know who they're trying to fool. It's an action-y loot, arcadey gauntlet kind of game. It's totally like Gauntlet, actually. The more I think
But
about
it sounds is it really run based though? Or I mean, or are you building up a character over time? I mean, where do they draw the line on that?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely go back home when you like either have died or beat the boss, and you upgrade your shit and you find loot. Again, that risk reward thing sucks because I was like selling shit, trying to upgrade shit, and I was like, I think I have the best weapon, probably not, because I didn't do the risk reward thing. So I went back to my next campaign and feeling like not super confident. And there, by the way, there's a skill tree and there's some like things you can upgrade, but all of it feels very loosey goosey, arcadey, and it just doesn't feel like I have a lot of what's control over the outcome.
Mhm.
I just feel like I just better have a good run
Gotcha.
and find
Gotcha.
good shit, And so, and again, there's tons of bugs, and yeah, I just don't think I like it. There's some interesting stuff here. And, I'm always grasping at straws to like an RPG of any type. It's just not an RPG. It's an arcadey game that has some fun stuff. And again, didn't spend any money on it because of Game Pass. But
Game Pass.
yeah, so that's
All
my
right.
review. I don't know. I don't think I like it, but I did play it for 2 days and then I might be done.
Well, I mean, I haven't played it myself, but that's been kind of the consensus. I think it came out and everybody kind of like shrugged their shoulders and went meh, and just kind of moved on. It didn't really make much of a splash. So
It's
even
not
at Game
Dark
Pass,
Alliance too. It's funny because it threw us off so bad.
why would you even call it that if
Yeah,
it wasn't?
why would they call
Why?
it
Why?
that?
There's a million other words in the English language. Pick another title.
Well, because I think I know why now, because there is a Dark Alliance in the game that is basically part of the story. Also, the story I could give two shits about. So, yeah, I'm pretty much noping out.
All right, that is Dark Alliance. It's available on Game Pass. Is that the actual title, or is there a Baldur's Gate attached to it, or is it
You
just
could
Dark
tell me.
Alliance?
I wouldn't even remember. Dungeons
No
and
one knows,
Dragons
okay.
something. I don't know.
I think it's D&D Dark Alliance, isn't it? That might be what it is.
Sounds
Anyway, quick couple words on Griftlands, which just came out maybe like a week ago for the Switch. It's been on a PC for a while. This is a deck building roguelike game, very much in the spirit of something like Slay the Spire or something like that. You play a grifter. They call him that. I guess you're just kind of like a mercenary, basically. in this like weird alien land, and you're just kind of like out to hustle people and make money and get into fights and stuff. Um, it's from Clay Entertainment, who make a lot of games with some good, strong visual style. I think probably most famous for Mark of the Ninja. Is that? No, that's not right. Is that the right
They
Mark of the
did Don't
Ninja?
Starve together,
They did
or
that
Don't
one as well.
Starve. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? It's called Mark of the Ninja, isn't it? Am
Oh,
I
they did
remembering
do that.
wrong?
Yeah. Mark
Yeah.
of the Ninja and Oxygen Not Included. And yeah.
Yeah. So those guys. The visual style in Griftlands is great. It is very like cartoony, but not too cartoony. It looks like kind of the adult sci-fi cartoon that you weren't supposed to be watching on HBO when your parents weren't in the room and you wanted to watch it. And it's maybe like it's kind of the kind of cartoon where like they'll like it's cartoony, but they're also gonna like get topless and have sex in a few minutes, and people are gonna like die and real bloody, like Heavy Metal magazine kind of a
You
thing,
mean
you know?
Eon Flux?
Eon Flux a little
Yeah. Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
like Ralph Bakshi kind of a
Yeah.
thing. It's got that vibe. I mean, there's no toplessness or anything in this game, but like that's the vibe it gives to me, like that 70s weird. This is a cartoon. Aren't cartoons for kids? This is a cartoon for grown-ups. Kind of a weird feeling to it. So it's pretty cool vibe. I like the art style very much. And so you start this character. There are two kinds of ways of interfacing with the world. You talk to people, and then once you get a little side quest, somebody will say, "Hey, I got a job for you. If you need some money, go talk to this guy and either beat him up or get him to give me this thing." And you go talk to this guy, and you have either negotiation or you have combat. They both are controlled with a deck of cards, but they're like slightly different systems, and the deck of cards for each of those things is totally different. So, like, let's say you want to do combat, you've got like a knife card, and you've got a gun card, and you've got a punch card, and you've got a block card, and that kind of stuff. Pretty straightforward. But if you do the negotiation route, it'll be like strong argument card, and oh really card, and like those kind of cards where they're all about like trying to like finagle somebody to agree with you.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
So they're basically just like two different kinds of combat with two different kinds of cards. I think the negotiation is definitely more complicated than the combat. Combat is pretty much straightforward, a block attack kind of thing. So that's a pretty cool system. I think the graphics are really cool. The part where I fall down on Griftlands a little bit, and I did finish it. I finished it with one character, and I'm still kind of in the middle of a run with the second character. There's ultimately three characters. It's really complicated, and they do a terrible job of tutorializing. And I think that their UI is absolutely abysmal. I was playing this game for like hours, and I still had no idea what some of the things on the screen meant. And there was a lot of terms that were being thrown at me that I had no idea what they meant. And to be fair, you can click on buttons, and it'll be like, if there's a hyperlink in this paragraph, you can click on that button, and it'll tell you what that hyperlink word means. You can click on characters to look at their status. You can click on certain things on the screen to find out what they actually do. So it's like the information's there, but it's a lot of like, none of it's at a glance, right? Like it's always like everything is like two menus deep, and nothing. You can't just look at the screen and realize very clearly what's going on. So like contrast that with Slay the Spire, where it's not as complicated as Griftlands, but like everything is really great in the UI. You take one look at the screen, you already know who's going to be attacking and for how many points. You already know how much defense you have. You know how many cards are in your hand. You just got to look at the screen really quickly. And if you forget anything, you can click on it, but 90% of the information you need is right there. In terms of Griftlands, super not the case. Like I was constantly going into menus being like, what does this card do again? What does that word mean again? Wait, what kind of resource do I need for this? Wait, what is this thing? Like I got like it just does a terrible job of tutorializing. In fact, it was so bad I started going to like Reddit message boards, and I was going to GameFAQs, and I still couldn't figure out some things. I was talking to Mike Susky, writer at Game Critics. He actually likes this game a lot, probably more than I do. I like it, but I think he likes it more. And I was like, Mike, what the fuck is going on? You gotta help me with this, bro. And he's like, oh, here's this thing, and he kind of talked me through it a little bit. And between the two of us, we were figuring some things out. Although I really am grateful to him for his help, because I was going insane because I couldn't figure out what the game was even trying to tell me. Like I just didn't understand what I was supposed to be doing.
We've
And
said it. Yeah, we said it before. UI is so important.
It's super important, right? Like it's super important. And just like I just feel like ultimately this game is too much. Like I feel like there is too many systems, too much information, too many words that have these other meanings, too many like resources. I feel like this is a really awesome game that has like maybe 3 levels of stuff too much. I think if they cut some of this stuff away, and I realize as a developer, like you want to keep everything in, you like the detail, you like all the stuff you made, you worked hard on these assets, like I get it, but I feel like it's too much, and the game would ultimately be better if they trimmed it back a little bit, because I feel like the core of what's here is really good. I think the characters are great. It's got kind of a story, every time you do a run in this game, it gives you like a slightly different story, which I think gives it good legs for replay. I think the systems are solid. I just like it's just too much to deal with, and it's kind of like really clunky to play. So I don't like having to like click two menus deep every single time I'm doing a move because I want to be sure of what I'm doing. It's too much, right? Like it needs to be slicker and faster and easier, and I feel like that's where it gets tripped up. But it is ultimately a good game that I enjoy. I want it to be a little bit better.
All right. Yeah, I was going to ask you about replayability, and it seems like you can get different stories then, because if you've already went through it once, you want to. What's the reason to go back again?
Every single time, like people that liked you in one run will hate you in the next run. You make one choice in one run, it's like a totally different choice the next time. Like different events happen, so it feels genuinely pretty different every time you do a run, which is not an easy thing to do with story-based games like this. So kudos to that for sure.
Yeah.
My problem is just like the UI and the mechanics. I just feel like they need an editor to come in and be like, look, you got to just get rid of these 10 cards. You got to get rid of this extra system. You got to clean this all up, and it's going to be so smooth and polished. It would be like amazing, but it's still pretty good. Just a little bit of problems here.
Like less is more, would you say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And again, for people who are either new to the genre or bad at the genre, like me, you need like the most help you can get, and also it needs to be the kind of simple to understand. By the way, fun tangent I just thought of. I don't think. Maybe, okay, I might have only finished one roguelike ever. And I know you finished like a million of them because you're Mr. Roguelike. But what's the one that I like with the dungeon? Legend of Keepers.
Legend of Keepers, yeah.
Right.
That is a good one.
So that one I finished, right? Because I've done many runs in that. So
yes, you can finish
and
that.
I think there's another card game that we talked about in the show that had those funny characters, but that doesn't help. Anyways, I think I finished that one. But maybe two then in my entire life.
Okay.
So it's really got to be a special game. That's why I'm so far away from Returnal, because I'm like, hey, listen, this is simple, like pixel-based one that I can, that isn't difficult. I can't finish. So, anywho, but it seems interesting, and like you said, replayability could be good for a lot of other people.
It's really good. I would say this is a game for people who are very comfortable with deck builders, and especially with deck building roguelikes. I feel like you have to come to this with a lot of knowledge already under your belt. Otherwise, you're probably going to get super lost and not really have a good clue about what's going on. So if you're a pro at this genre, give it a shot. You're probably still going to need an FAQ or a wiki. If you're a newcomer, definitely go for something like Slay the Spire instead. This one I feel like it takes a lot of chewing to get through it.
All right. Get your teeth ready.
Get those teeth ready. Ratchet and Clank, Carlos.
Ratchet and Clank. Let me do that one.
Clank.
Let me do that one. And then maybe you do one more, and then we could call it a day.
That's all I got for this show, but we can do your little Mass Effect bit. We can talk about Mass Effect.
Oh, good. Okay, we'll close this out nice and strong. So first off, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. And it's a big game, and it's a PS5 exclusive.
Yes, indeed.
And it's using all the powers of the PS5, and it's got a fancy haptics, which you don't like, but I like.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things to like about this game.
I feel like there's a big butt coming.
There might be.
Oh shit!
It's this is just my loose. Again, no notes for either of these games.
Oh, dude, I can hear you cooling off on it already.
Ooh, watch it.
It's getting cold.
I'm gonna stack it up from some heat though first.
Oh shit!
The graphics are beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
The graphics are very, very nice. I might be a problem. It might be my own problem, but because I am very, very fortunate to have a PS5 and Xbox Series X and a PC that can handle okay graphics. I am a little bit spoiled when it comes to graphics. So I've seen, I think, what's like really wowed me. What wowed me recently?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm trying to think of something on the PS5. Not Spider-Man, not Cyberpunk. Unfortunately, God bless. I like that game a lot. God bless them. I mean, just all the power to CD Projekt Red. I don't know. There's a couple games that have like wowed me. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 even back in the day, right?
Sure.
So I don't know. The graphics I thought were gonna just destroy my brain or something, make my eyeballs blow up. Because everybody how they talk about it on YouTube videos, they're like,
yeah, everybody says these are like top of line.
Well,
like,
they say next gen
graphics.
Yeah, they say next gen, and it's not. I've got to like. There's a couple of tricks that. I love the PlayStation 5. There's a couple of tricks that the PlayStation 5 is doing right now in early dev days, right? Before they get to people really understanding its power, that are like lens flares, right? There are a lot of metallic surfaces. You know, Xbox people are, what you called Sony ponies. What are Xbox people called?
Xbots.
Xbots?
Yeah.
Okay, so they should be really happy about this section. PlayStation's doing a lot of silvery objects. Even when things shouldn't be silver and metallic, they're metallic. Because look what it can do. It can
Because it
shine
can. Do it because it
reflections,
can.
you know?
Yes.
So there's a lot of that. And again, it doesn't make it better for me. And also that thing that I thought was going to be amazing, which is where they go through portals and they can just kind of jump into different parts of the map.
Yeah.
It's boring. It feels like what's that thing? Not catapult, but grappling hook.
Okay.
So I think it could have been. You basically open portals throughout the map. I haven't done it where like you go through a whole portal and go to a different world, which I guess is probably happening later in the game, and that's pretty impressive technically. But for the most part, I've played a lot of this game, and you're just opening up mini portals that like zoom you a little bit closer to something.
Oh, that's weird. I thought it was like you're going to be totally like a different dimension or a different world.
So far,
altogether.
you haven't. I've only played one. No, I played a couple worlds, maybe three
Okay.
worlds.
Uh-huh.
So I've been to many planets. So that has not happened. It's kind of just like jumping you to different sections of the map. And I'm like, well, that's just a grappling hook. So that I cooled off on that immediately. And I kind of cooled off on the graphics because maybe I'm, again, so used to newer graphics, but it just wasn't something that blew me away. It looked like a really good, Pixar-y type graphics.
All right.
The other thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way is that I know I might like be bad at games or whatever. I don't think I am. No, I'm not. I'm not. Carl, stand up for yourself. I will.
I love that you're having this like internal debate right here on the podcast.
I'm making a lot of comedy sketches that are just me, so this is happening a lot. I am good because I played the fuck out of Outriders and destroyed that shit. I'm like level 70 or something. So, no. I just think it's too hard for this type of game because there's a lot of mini bosses in this game, like just a lot of like really big enemies. And you have to be shooting and jumping and dodging and shooting and using your power and portaling all at the same time, all the time. Like, I mean, it just seems way intense for this type of game. I was excited to go and have this be kind of my chill game. And sometimes it is, and there's like interesting, like, story bits where you're just walking through the city and, doing the classic Ratchet Clank thing where you hit everything you can see and you get a million gears for it. But there's a ton of sections where you really have to be good at what you're doing. And there's also a lot of sections where you can fall to your death. Like if you don't platform the right way, like you just die and like fall. And it just felt more difficult than it should be at times. And then secondly, and almost more importantly, I gave zero shits about the story. Like zero shits. It's the classic old school, there's a bad guy and he's doing things and he shouldn't be doing those things.
Sure.
And there's a female Lorax, is it? Lombax. And so, she's just, you share all the same gear and everything.
Do you play as her also?
You play as her.
Okay, so you switch back and forth between Ratchet and this new female character?
Yeah, and they both have a little buddy at some point, spoiler, because you have your little Clank guy, and, she has something like that, and it's the same thing. Like, so far, there's no reason for me to be either character. Just because the story separated the two characters and now they got to, But like it just didn't. And you literally share all the upgrades too. So if I get an upgraded weapon, then it's for both people, which again, story wise, doesn't make any sense. So I don't care enough to play this game, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? Do I have problems?
I mean, have you liked the other Ratchet and Clanks in the series? Are you like a hardcore Ratchet and Clank fan, or are you just like take them or leave them kind of thing?
I guess part of it is also, and we got to address this at some point in this podcast. I don't know how many years we're going to do this podcast, but it's a little bit of it's getting older. You know what I mean? Like my sense of what I like out of a game isn't going to be Banjo-Kazooie anymore. I don't think it is. Like
I think tastes change. People change.
Tastes change. Yeah. And like, is this competent? Is this pretty beautiful at times? Yeah. And I think if you like Ratchet and Clank a lot, you'll like it. But I even think that people who like Ratchet and Clank would have some problems with the mundane nature of some of it. This is a hot take. But I think that I went to a lot of planets and it felt like the same. The puzzles, I was just, me and puzzles. I was just so overdoing puzzles. And there's a lot of Clank levels where you're just like in a VR world doing like simple puzzles with minions for some reason. And I hated those sections. I don't know. I found myself bored, and then I found myself challenged more than I wanted to be. I was like, why am I replaying this section a few times? Isn't this a Ratchet and Clank game? Like there's a
I
few
mean,
things. Yeah.
maybe you're on different paths, man. Maybe it's just time. Maybe you're in a different place in your life.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people look at this series as a comfort food kind of a thing. I mean, maybe you're just not in that frame of mind. Maybe you're just maybe this is not comfort food for you.
Even okay, I will say that is probably the case. So giving it a little bit of credit, and people might just enjoy it. So don't take my review with a grain of salt. But I will also say on top of that, I play a lot of video games. It's too hard at times. Like it doesn't make. There's again to what end? Like there was these
Right.
like five guys, and it was just more like the fact that they had a lot of health bars, and I had to zap them and then shoot them. And then I ran out of ammo for my gun. And I was like, Ratchet and Clank and ammo. And I mean, the ammo's been in it, but like, I just felt like if I was just running and jumping and hitting them, like I would have a hard time, It just felt like, why do I have to be so good at eye hand coordination right now? Like, it just seems too much.
I mean, I will say that I don't. I guess I'm curious how many people come to Ratchet and Clank to be skills tested. I'm guessing probably not a ton, so that's a little bit strange. Is there no difficulty setting on it?
I don't know if there was. I think I put it on normal. I just would feel
See,
bad about
we've
going to
talked about this,
easy.
Carlos.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. You get it, like in our stage of life, dude. We've paid our dues. We've cut our teeth. We're not in that frame of mind anymore. We are not the get good guys anymore. You got to just put it on easy. You will enjoy every game twice as much as you do. You got to put it on easy, dude.
Okay, so I'm usually with you on this, and then we'll leave this and go to the next game. But it's Ratchet and Clank. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if you took Mario 64 and now you got a new Mario Odyssey. Like, Mario Odyssey came out, right? That normal mode was hard but fair. And the final boss, Bowser, it was a difficult thing, and I had to do it like 8 times, okay? And guess what? On the 8th time, guess what, Brad Galloway? I beat it on normal in a Mario Brothers game in the 8th
All right.
time, right? So I think that's bullshit because not with these types of games. It like you said, it is comfort food. If there was an easy mode and I didn't do it, I just don't think I should have had to because it's also similar to like Astro's Playroom or something where it's showing off a lot of really cool things, right? Like the haptic feedback in this is very, very good. And I just think that why limit your, user base because of that? I'm not saying it's the hardest game in the world, but it's way too, I was going like, holy shit, dude. If you see some of my runs, you're like, wow, that's a lot of combat. And I just was like running out of ammo and like worried if I was going to beat the stage. And so I don't know.
All right.
I think I stand by it, but I agree with you that yes, I do like easy mode for some things.
There we
Moving
go,
on.
Ratchet and Clank. It sounds like you are going to be moving on.
I might be moving on. I hate it so much. I bought it though. Bought it straight up, right?
Sure, sure. Well, you're Carlos. That's
I'm
how this
Carlos,
works.
and I will go back and play it, right? So we'll just see if I get like I can just see myself getting really upset and switching it to easy. So
All right.
just really
We have-
quickly, yeah.
Well, we have one game left to talk about. It's Mass Effect. We want to do a quick wrap up. I feel like maybe we should hold off on this until after we close the show so we can be spoiler free with it. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good. Let's just do a quick 5 minutes after the show. Credits roll here, and we'll talk about Mass Effect if you want to stick
All right.
around for that.
Let's do that. Okay, folks, you just heard it. We're going to do a quick Mass Effect roundup. Carlos is going to give us final thoughts, probably spoilerific, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So we're going to close the show, and if you want to hear Carlos's thoughts and my comments, keep listening after we do the closing, and then you will get that spoilerific section. So also consider this your spoiler warning as well. If you don't want to be spoiled, please stop listening to the show after we do the the comments and the closing music. Don't keep listening if you don't want to be spoiled. So you've been warned, and this, for people who don't want to be spoiled, is the end of the show. This is it. Pretty big show. We talked about a lot of stuff today. I feel like we covered a lot of ground, but it's been a good show.
Wait. So let's not end it because I have one more thing.
All right.
I do that a lot.
What do you got?
I thought I'd say this on air because I think it would help some other people, and I'm putting you on
Okay.
the spot. So,
Okay, sure.
Brad
Yes.
Galloway, get your what's it say? Get your.
Do I need to Google something? What am I doing?
No, what do you do when you prepare? What's that old timey?
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. Get your ducks in a row. I don't know.
Get your ducks in a row. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
all right.
we didn't talk about it, but we alluded to the fact that in Seattle, where Brad and I both are, it is way too hot, and it's
Yes.
going up to 100 plus this weekend.
Ooh, that's way too much.
3 days in a row.
Too
3
much.
days in a row.
Too much.
So I am going to a hotel.
Wow.
I've
Okay.
already done it. I've already bought the ticket, reservations. It's not a good, nice hotel. Okay, I'm just going to a regular ass hotel that has air
Are
conditioning.
you going to Aurora Avenue and maybe paying for some company for an hour?
No, that would be dangerous.
That would be very dangerous.
And that's a deep cut for Seattle people.
If you're in Seattle, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm literally going down the street just to like a La Quinta or something, a Comfort Inn or something, right? And I'm just going to go and get the air conditioning. My question to you, Brad Elliott, on the show, and for people who might be doing the same thing or just they're in a hotel for a weekend, right?
Yes.
What Switch game should I play? Like just one the whole time. Like what will keep me busy and entertained and in a world and kind of like feel like I'm not just like in a hotel room, but like I can lose myself in it for a weekend.
Know, man, that is a really good question. I mean, I'm playing
and that I might like
right
too,
now.
remember? Sorry. And I might like too.
Yeah. I figured that much.
Right.
I think Ender Lilies is a really good one. I'm playing that right now. I wasn't going to bring it up until next show, but it's available for the Switch right now. It's a 2D action platformer. It's got a real neat hook where you play as a little girl who is basically helpless, but you can summon these ghosts to do the combat for you. It's really cool. I really like it a lot. The art style is really good. It's got a good level of challenge so far where it's not a cakewalk, but it's not crazy hard either.
Wait, I'm getting Souls vibes though. It's not too hard, you say?
No, I don't think it's too hard so far. I mean, I don't even really think it's even a Souls-like. I mean, it has the thing where the enemies come back when you rest, but that's about it. Like if you die, you don't lose anything. You don't do a corpse run.
Why does it have to be in so many games? Developers, stop it. I don't want that anymore. Maybe you like it, but okay.
I mean, but other than that, I mean, I think it's really good. I dig it so far. So I would probably pick that one if you had to play something like literally right now, maybe.
Okay, I do like. I mean, I love the art style. I'm looking at it. It looks beautiful.
It looks really beautiful. Yeah.
So I will probably do that. Thank you for the selection. I'm going to get mad at the respawning of enemies, but
it's not too big a deal, and it's all fine because you just like constantly level up. Even if you die, you keep your experience, and it's got a very a good power curve going. So I think you probably would like it.
Okay, I'll do that one. Thank you for that suggestion.
All right, cool. All right, with that suggestion, we are going to quote unquote wrap up the show for now. But as always, we'd like to get your questions and comments. Hit us up, SoVideoGamesPodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter. You can hit us up there as well @SoVideoGames, or hit us up individually. Carlos, where can people find you?
Oh yeah, I never mention my Twitter, do I?
You never do.
And we've been doing this for years.
Maybe
that's why people talk to you on Twitter about this podcast and not me. I'm Onawa, Onawa. Please follow me. Also, YouTube.com/a lot of things, and there's a lot of things, but TikTok.com/a lot of things comedy. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you very much. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's my name, BradGallaway, all A's, no O's. And that is going to basically do it for episode 238. Thanks you again for joining us here on the So Video Games podcast. And we will see you next Friday, unless you want to stay after the credits for Carlos's Mass Effect spoiler-a-thon. Whether or not you do, we are going to be back next Friday. So in the meantime, this is bye from Brad.
And bye from Carlos.
And we're back. We are back with our little spoiler post-show chunk with Carlos. He has finished Mass Effect, and he wants to talk a little bit about it. Do the wrap-up, Carlos, and feel free to spoil whatever you wish. This is a spoiler zone.
Yeah, Mass Effect 3 I finished. I really went through the Legendary Edition or collection fast, I think.
You made good time.
Made good time. And I went through 1, really liked it, and remembered it because I'd played that one. I had not played 2 and 3 like fully. And I remember being frustrated with 2, being frustrated with 3 for the same reasons. I didn't really like the mechanics. I didn't like the ammo. I hate the ammo, actually, after I've finally finished this fucking thing. I don't like that decision at all, and I don't think it made the game any more fun. It just made me have to run around for ammo a lot more, and it just seems silly. Yes, it was plentiful. I think it was more plentiful in 3 than it was in 2, so that's good on them for doing that. But story-wise, there was a big to-do about the ending when it first came out. And
sure.
A lot of people didn't like it. They thought it didn't wrap up a lot of the storylines.
It rocked the industry, Carlos. It literally rocked the industry.
Also, so many things rock industries that need to fucking just calm down because it's entertainment. Come on, people. Secondly, I think that what they did, especially in the Legendary Edition, is, and whatever the remaster was probably for that, for 3, is they threw so many storylines in, so many extra side missions.
All of the stuff.
All
Gave
of
you
the
every
stuff.
storyline.
Anything
every side
you could
mission.
think of. A cat, you walked by a cat one time and you were like, whatever happened to that cat? It's in here.
Cat's right there. Yep, it's in there.
Well, you have to do a whole mission for it.
Oh, yeah, but he's in there, though. You
in
can
there,
get your answer.
Yeah. So what I did at some point, I was like, fuck all your stories. I'm going to the mainline quest. So I just did the proximity quest and found out that if you just did proximity quests, you could beat it. So I did that, and I maybe did a couple more side missions at the end. And even with all that kind of extra stuff they put in, I think what they did for the ending still was, anticlimactic. What happens essentially is you finally meet this elusive man. He's been so damn elusive for 2 games that he dies in some way. I guess there's maybe a couple different options. I shot him. Did you shoot him?
I couldn't even recall. I probably did, but it's been years. I probably shot him.
I couldn't shoot him fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like him when I saw him the very first time. Like, it's like, no shit, he's a bad guy. So if that's some sort of like payoff, oh, he's the bad guy, then like I was, color me surprised. So, by the way, when how you have those L2, R2, like good, bad decisions you can do?
Sure, Paragon and Renegade.
Yeah. So I lots of times will fuck up those because I see something show up on the screen. So I immediately, the minute Elusive Man was around me, which is near the end of the game, like that popped up and I just pushed the button because I was like, that means shoot him, right? And I shot my friend.
What? Who'd you shoot?
I don't know. They were okay. It was like they're
God.
they had like a hostage or something, And I was like, that seems like the wrong choice. But then it popped up again, and then I shot the Elusive Man. So I was like, I don't know why I had to shoot my friend first. Long story short, I shot him. It felt anticlimactic. I knew he was the bad guy the whole time, and I can see why people would be upset about that storyline because they fucking really laid that on thick, that Elusive Man.
I don't think that was even the part anybody was upset about.
Okay, I'll get to the next part. But
okay.
I'm saying you're putting a main bad guy through 2 games. You better have the ending of that bad guy be something else than he walks into a room, you shoot him.
Right.
Come on, people. Secondly, the other big thing is you turn into artificial intelligence at the end, and you go and your body dissolves, and you're just going to become programming to control the Reapers, and that's it. And you have no say in it, right?
I mean, that's one choice. It's not the only choice. It doesn't happen for
what
everybody.
is the other choice then? I'd like to know.
Well, you have, you have 3 choices. I forget what they are. One of them is that. One of them is you merge humanity with machines so that everybody becomes a hybrid. And the other one, I think, is destroy all the Reapers.
That makes sense. I think it was destroy them. I don't think I got that third option that you just said, though.
Yeah, there's definitely 3 options for sure.
Well, I think I only got 2 because of the way I played the game.
Sure, probably so.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was like destroy or go and become AI, and I was like, well, of course I'm going to go become AI. So I did that, but I guess it's just like again a little bit kind of disappointed because you build this character up this whole time, and throughout 2 and 3, a lot of your characters you like die, and it just feels so episode 3 feels so defeating, like the whole game. Like
that is interesting because that is not my take on it.
Really? The Reapers are just winning the whole time. And then at the end, you've got to go, still have to keep them alive and do something with them. I don't know. I just felt like it was a downer of a game. Like,
I mean, maybe because you were having too many people die. Like I didn't have like anybody die unless it was story mandated.
Okay, there's some were story mandated. I don't know. Like, what's the girl that has the mask on all the time? She died, and I hated that.
Tally. Oh, yeah, she didn't have to die.
Yeah, she died, and I felt bad about that one. But anyways.
You should feel bad about that. Shame on you for letting her die.
It's because I thought I did the right choice, and I didn't. I don't know. The whole game, I won't change my opinion that the whole experience didn't feel like...
I mean, that's your run. That's your experience, right? That's
right. But I mean, I'm talking about the whole, like, the Legendary Edition, right? 1 through 3.
Oh, okay.
Like, just 1 felt like a good game. And here's my hot take, number 2 on the show. I think Mass Effect 1 and Andromeda are my favorites. And I'm going to stand by that. 2 and 3 just felt heavy, sluggish. I didn't like the combat as much. I felt there were so many story missions, even though I will be with you on this. There was a lot of story missions I really felt were incredible, like really fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But the sum of all the parts didn't add up enough for me, and I just felt like it felt laborious at the end. I'm using all these special words today.
I mean, that's your take, and I respect that, man. That's how you felt about it. No, not really up for debate. I mean, I definitely feel different than that. I haven't replayed recently, but you know, my remembrances of going through were pretty different. I really liked 1 a lot. I still think it's my favorite. I think it's like the most well put together for my sensibility, and I feel like it hits the right notes and hits the right drama.
I agree.
2, I didn't care for too much, just because I feel like the main story is a throwaway, and they lean too heavy on Gears of War for combat. And 3, I really liked as well, because it was nothing but like a 30-hour epilogue. It was like I liked doing all the quests and getting all the wrap up and seeing all the characters. So that was why I liked it. I mean, at that point, I was like totally invested, and I was happy for like all the extra, doing all the DLC and doing all the extra bits. So for me, that was really cool, and I really liked that I felt like they really took the time to answer every little bit. You know, I wanted to know what happened to that cat. I wanted to know what happened to that one guy back on that one planet. I wanted to know what happened to that spider lady. Like, you know, I wanted all the answers, and they gave them. They gave me all the answers I could have possibly asked for, which made me happy. I know a lot of people have problems with the ending, specifically, even though you ultimately may have a maximum of 3 choices. A lot of people felt like that wasn't specific enough to their individual playthroughs. I disagree. But you know, everybody has their own opinion. I certainly wasn't gonna like rock the industry over that. But overall, I still like it a lot. I don't think I'm gonna go through Andromeda. Ironically,
my goodness, you're making a mistake. But go ahead.
Ironically, my son was playing through Mass Effect. He likes them okay. His favorite, Andromeda. He liked that one the best out of all of them.
Smart kid. He
totally finished it, dude. He'd finished it, and I was really impressed and surprised. And he did not bother to finish the other 3, which made my heart break a little bit as a parent. But you know, every kid needs to make their own choices. You need to give them space to do that.
Let me
there we go.
I'm so glad for him, and also I agree with his decision. And weirdly enough, after I finished 3, I really am contemplating, and I never do this.
You gonna replay?
I might replay Andromeda just for a couple different choices, and also I remember loving it. I want to make sure, because I keep standing up for it on every podcast, that it is, you know, from my memory.
Sure.
And secondly, I think they might have released DLC and I never played it, which would make me feel crazy because I really, really like that game. I'm pretty sure I am going to re-download it, and I don't normally do that for a big epic game like that. But secondly, I want to say this. I agree with the original thing of like people being a little frustrated with the 2 or 3 choices, because if you have a game like Fallout, Skyrim, other games that have this, they do give a few more options that feel more like adhere to your playthrough, you know? So I can see why people like 3 games, a whole trilogy, and then you give them 2 or 3 choices. And they, to me, they all felt kind of similar. Where like you're doing something with the Reapers, and it has nothing to do with like this other planet or this little solar system. It's like, now I'd make a big decision. There's the elusive man. Shoot him or don't shoot him, you know? So
I mean, see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing that I think is really strange to me. And I feel like I'm very confused by this, because I know everybody got really upset about, I got to the end of this game and there was only 2 or 3 choices and I spent 90 hours and I made all these choices. Okay, but like the entire game of Mass Effect 3 is your epilogue. Like the entire game is your ending. Like getting all those different side quests and seeing the outcome of like literally every character that's ever been in Mass Effect, you can find out what happened to all of them. It's like if they had put that after the credits, people would be like, "That's an amazing ending. That was so good."
Yeah.
They put it before the credits, and people are like, "This ending sucks. I hate it."
I got it.
It's like you got your answers. Like you got the wrap up to literally everything. It just didn't come after the credits, and now you're bent out of shape about it. Like I can't get mad about it.
Okay, I got 2 points to that, and I'm glad you said that because it made me think of these. The first point is, I think I want to put an asterisk next to it. I played these all back to back. Probably not the way to do it. Because also, when you were like living in the moment, right, when this game came out,
in real time,
and you were waiting for 3, right? Like I had no wait for nothing. I like continued the story continuously.
Right.
And so you're like, you've been waiting to finish these side stories, like you just said.
Exactly.
That makes perfect sense. So, okay.
Like 2 years apart or whatever.
It's a different colored glass, right, that you're seeing it through. The second thing I'll say, though, and I think I just figured it out, and this is, again, my opinion, but I think this might be what other people are feeling, is that, yeah, of course, any epic RPG could have one ending. You know, I play a ton of them. That's the ending. You beat the big evil wizard, and that's it. I think why is because, in my humble opinion, 3 was dark. I mean, there's that whole the dream sequence where the kid, is dying and stuff, and literally you watch a kid in the beginning die, and there's this omnipresent. Man, I'm using all these fun words tonight. Like a threat that's always there, which is these Reapers, and you the whole game, literally the whole game. In literally the last like boss section, which is like, remember you're like kind of taking back Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's all so dark. Yeah, there's some side quests that I remember being like whimsical or whatever, but most of them are about like this terrible force we're not going to win. And I think that people felt that at the end. And I think that why they maybe wanted different choices is because if you only get one choice after a whole game of like, well, you're fucked. Like all these aliens are going to fuck you. You got to bring all the people together to come fight them, but it's still not enough. Because you remember, get to Earth, and if you remember a memory of the game, you fucking lose a lot. Like, again, you're not losing your main characters. What I meant earlier was millions of people are dying. Like, it's just like a fuck fest, and everyone's like losing shit. And by the way, the Earth is fucked. Like, it's like a piece of shit when you come back to it. Like, there's nothing, and those waves of enemies, by the way, were fucking tough. Holy shit. Like, it's just wave upon enemy. Again, very much like Gears of War. So I just think that, and this is kind of a psychological take, but I think that the game is oppressive in that way, and that because of that, people wanted more choice, I think, to make them feel better. That's a hot take.
I mean, that's a hot take. I mean, I will also say I'm good with games that don't always end happy. Like, I don't need a happy ending to all my games, and I feel like a lot of times I enjoy the bad endings, or quote unquote bad or sad ending, more than the happy ones. So sometimes they're more meaningful or they're more impactful. But I mean, that's just how it was. That was a high stakes game, like serious shit going on. Shepard got to save the universe. She can't do everything, and that's just how it rolled. And there's a million RPGs out there where, like you said, there's only one ending. Like play a Final Fantasy. I mean, there's basically only one ending to every fucking Final Fantasy, unless you do like all the super secret shit. But like in general, it's not uncommon for an RPG to have just one ending.
I know.
So I don't know why this one got held up as the ultimate crime against humanity when they checked all the boxes, filled in all the answers, and then gave you the one ending that is traditional. Wrap up. I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm not mad about it. That's not mad.
No, I'm not like fully mad, but I can see like my whole like psychological take is the reason why I was, and I think it might have actually been a secret reason why other people were. But in general, I enjoyed my time. I really liked it, and if anything, it made me like a resurgence for Andromeda. And I think actually after this podcast, I'm going to re-download it because if there's any DLC at all, I stand by that, and so does your son, by the way.
He does. He loves it. He liked it a lot.
It's like fucking fun. People are just so close-minded because people get in their ways, right? And we've done it before too. I'm not perfect, but I just feel like people like have such a pedestal for that series, and I'm here to tell you, I went through it, and I think I went through it. I mean, I just went through the whole fucking thing, guys and gals, and Andromeda's better than 2 and 3. Straight up.
I think you're crazy, but we're not going to solve that tonight. I think a lot of it comes down to personal preference. I will never agree. Yes, maniacal laughter. I will never agree with you on that. But then again, we don't have to. You played your game, you had your experience, and that's a great thing.
Games are great. Okay, that's it. I gotta fucking go. Oh my god, it's so hot in here.
Yeah. All right, we are done. That is it. This is the end of the show. We'll catch you next week, folks.
Bye. Whoa, we didn't even plan that.